Woo, woo, woo. I'm here. Now, everyone may have decided to go to bed because I'm late. I'm late because there was a meeting on the bedroom. Is that how the song go? I'm doing it wrong. There's a meeting in the bedroom. Girl, don't you be late. Or something like that. There's a meeting in the bedroom. And girl, don't you be late. I have to sing my own music because they just tear me up with all these copyrights and stuff. So I'm just going to sing my own music shit. Fuck about it. Fuck about it. Okay? There's a meeting in my bedroom. And girl, don't you be late. Yeah. Okay, y'all, let's talk. So the title of this video, which I don't think it ever made it on here, the title is survival. We were supposed to have done this stream around 10 o'clock. So everybody gave up and went to bed because it was a meeting at the bedroom. No, it wasn't. I was just up here dancing. Just dancing, that's all. Just passing the time away. But like what we gotta do is we gotta have this talk late at night. So get your behinds up and come on in this here chat room so that we can discuss this. Hello? I'm gonna have to discuss it without you, okay? It's 12:36 in the morning. Okay. When we gonna slide? Y'all, I was sitting up dancing and everything and all of that, and y'all was asleep. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. I was supposed to have a panel of people showing up, and they did not show up because they have gone to bed. Hang on, y'all. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'll be right back. Anywhere I go, I gotta continue to stream. God doggone it. Oh, here's it right now. I got a mess over here, y'all. I would like to play some music, but if you play some music, you ain't gonna get no money. You cannot monetize anything. Nothing. I mean, you can't even have background things going on. People can be looking at TV and stuff. They'll pick up on the audio and stuff, and they won't even pay you. I mean, it's deeper than that. They'll hear the background. Somebody could be coughing, and they'll be like, they got a copyright claim for that cough. You know what I'm saying? So it is crazy when you're dealing with YouTube. YouTube is something else. Okay, I'm trying to give people a few minutes to get here, or I'm just gonna have to do the stream alone. Might have to do the stream alone. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I give people time to wake up and show up if they're coming. I'm gonna go ahead on and talk about some of the things that are going on right now in the news. I see they say it's 3 people watching. Good morning to the 3 people who are watching. I am very late. We're supposed to have had this panel around 10 o'clock, but I never did get started because I was just having a moment with the spirits. When the spirits want to dance, mama is gonna dance. So anyways, what we wanted to talk about, and I guess I don't know, it might be too late to talk about it now. I guess right now we'll just chit chat. Mama just chit chat and wait till tomorrow. How about that? Clear everybody up. Unless if I wait around, somebody might show up a little later on, something like that. Mr. Willie got a terrible cough. I mean, it is bad. He need to go to the doctor. Sounds like he got bronchitis. You know, sound. I mean, like he about to cough up a lung. He about to cough up a lung, y'all. Okay, so I got to keep going. The show must go on because I guess everybody will catch this in the morning. Mm-hmm. But here we go. I want to kind of keep up with what's going on, don't y'all? So the situation is all about this. Is this situation going to be an imminent threat? You know, how concerned should we be? And being concerned, hey Ashley, how you doing? You get the welcoming call. It's just me and you tonight, and somebody else who's hanging around there. Yeah. This time of night. I'm getting started kind of late, but I kind of had a feeling that I wasn't going to start until after 12 during the witching hour, during the creepy hours of the night. But it's just me and you, but people can watch in the morning. So anyway, so Ashley, I'm just gonna. You remember we said we were gonna talk about it. I mean, would you like to be a part of the podium? Because even though it's just me and you tonight, it's very intimate and all of that. You know, which I think is kind of good. You know, people can catch it in the morning when they wake up. Would you like to come on? Are you still there? Are you gone? Huh? I mean, just in case you'd like to, I'm going to go ahead and put that link there. How about that? I went ahead on to put the link out there for you just in case. Okay. It's just me and you tonight. Just me and you, honey. Everybody else is asleep. A lot of people are going to say, I didn't get a notification, which a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? People don't get a notification. It's so many notifications going off because there's a lot of people up tonight, and you know, and a lot of people got a lot of different things that got to do tonight or what have you, you know, but they can catch it, like I said, in the morning. If you'd like to be on the show, all you have to do is click the link. Okay, I mean, I won't put no pressure on you. It's totally up to you. But now, where are we at now? Excuse me. This is February 22nd of no. It's February 23rd of 2020. Mama is behind. I'm behind, Lord. Go back. Oh, fiddle faddle. I had it where I wanted it. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, so here's where we at now. And I hate I got started late. Hey, Mighty Minority, how you doing? It's just us tonight, me, you, and Ashley, and probably me. These three people, the third person, probably myself. It's going to be very intimate tonight. We're waiting around to see if some other people are going to gather. Once again, like I said, I got a very late start. Because Mom been trying to exercise some of these ham shanks off, and at the same time, too, give my offering to the spirits and all that, because they love it when we dance. They love it, honey. So y'all see, I got a terrible pooch just hanging all over. So Mama be having to dance. Mama got to dance. It is very important. And y'all gonna have to watch me because I be putting it on the internet, y'all. Hey, Crazy Ace, how you doing? Okay, here we have Ashley here. Hey, Ashley. Okay. I have to unmute you. Look like. Let's see. I don't know what they got. Unmute. It's telling me can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Okay, it says you've muted yourself. Okay. I still don't hear you. I still don't hear you. You are unmuted. What's going on? I wonder what is going on because I cannot hear her. Mary, I'm gonna get you, Mary. Mary, where are you? I see you in the chat. You know you're gonna have to come on with us. Okay, let me give. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna give you the link again and see if you can get in now. Okay, click the link and see if it'll let you on now. I mean, because she was on, but I couldn't hear a sound. And yeah, it was something was muted. Even when she unmuted herself, it was unmuted, but still we couldn't hear her. So how about that? How about that, Ashley? Can you click on the link for me? Okay, let's see what happens.
How about that? How about that, Ashley? Can you click on the link for me?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I think your device needs to be turned down. Okay, how about that? Okay, I wonder what's going on. Let's get this thing popping up in here. Let's get this thing popping tonight. Y'all thought I wasn't coming. Because y'all said, Mama, cutting the fool up there trying to dance, Mama. She ain't going to do no video. I was coming just late, moving with the spirit. Oh, Ashley, you're not going to come and join me? Oh, no. Come on, click on the link. I wonder what's going on, the reason why we have all that loud feedback going on. Ashley, you can come back on and you just turn your device down just a little bit. Hell, all I know is it my device, you know. Okay, so Ashley said Ashley, I'm thinking that if you turn it down slightly, you know, we'll probably have less feedback and we can communicate. But now, like, okay, let's see what happens now, okay? Sometimes we have to work it a bit. You got to turn it down.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you good. Feedback gone. I tell you what, can you tell me what you did to eliminate it? Because it's, some other people get on and they have a lot of feedback, and I'm trying to get an idea of like what you did so I can tell them to do the same thing.
So I clicked off of the YouTube link because I was still in the YouTube when I clicked on the StreamYard link, and they were playing at the same time. So I'm completely out of the YouTube video. I can't see the chat. I can join on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, and I turned both of my volumes down. So you can't be in YouTube video and on chat at the same time.
So the solution is to go what, to another device? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I'm gonna join on my phone.
Okay, so then you can get the chat and everything. So if anybody else wants to come on with us, Ashley just said that you can't have both going at the same time. So that's where we getting the feedback from and everything. Somebody in here call themselves feedback. Are you trolling? Okay, so long as you behave, you can be in here, okay? Okay. I got a feeling you were that other dude that I had to block. Now I'm gonna take your privileges away now if you don't behave up in here, okay? Okay. Hello, the blunt witch. How are you doing? Hey, Codelisa live. How you doing? Hey, Venus mother. We have Ashley up here. Hello, Mary's World. Hey, Milton Knowles, the insane witch queen. Okay. So now what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go ahead and have the show we were supposed to have had. We were supposed to have some other people on the panel, but they did say that it needed to be done around 10 o'clock Central Time. I just didn't make it on time. And so what we want to discuss, hey, Amy, how you doing? If there's anyone else that would like to join this link, I'm going to provide the link in the chat. You could click on it and do your thing, you know. So, hey, Ashley, it is so good to be able to see you, girl. I like your dress.
It's good to see you too. Thank you. This is an apron. It's an apron.
Oh man, I will be wearing that out in public. You know me. That is cute. It's cute. And
very much.
Head wrap
I'm
goes.
starting my collection of little aprons.
You what now?
I'm starting my collection of aprons.
Got you. Okay. Well, it's beautiful. And so how have you been?
I've been okay. You know what I mean? Like things are okay. 2020 has been rough so far, but I've just been observing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, honey, 2020 came in with a terrible cold for us, honey. Yes, it blew through, and hopefully it'll be gone and eliminated. Mr. Willie is in there coughing, about to cough up a lung and everything. So you know, man, you know how that is around cold season and stuff like that. Other than that, so far so good. We're just gonna put it out in the universe that 2020 will be a blast, and I mean a blast in the right direction, in a good direction. How about that?
Yes,
ma'am. We're going to ascend. Hello. So
yes,
help me. Mm-hmm. So now, so I'd like to talk. I like to talk. I see. I pulled up some footage, Ashley. What the hell? What the motherfucking hell? Hang on, y'all. My ish just came on by itself, and I can't have it coming on. Because if it comes on, then we're going to have an issue with copyright claims. Some shit came on here. What the fuck? Excuse me, Ashley. Excuse me. I mean, just somebody's video just comes on. Y'all can see, I'm interacting with the chat. But my tab came on by itself. So now somebody did say that it's retrograde. That's what they said. They said it's retrograde. So I don't know. Anybody out there know if we're really in Mercury retrograde? Because some weird shit been going on over here. Weird shit. Do I take this as a sign?
It has been a lot of weird stuff.
I
said there has been a lot of weird things seem like going on.
With communication devices and stuff.
Yeah. In general, they say that the New Orleans Capitol was hacked. Like the computers were hacked just before Mardi Gras. I just read an article. Yeah.
Girl, get out of here. Mm-hmm. What? Okay, now tell me more about that story.
I don't know. All I saw was that they were saying that there was a hotel that collapsed later last year, and there were 2 bodies still buried underneath the rubble, and they can't get them out.
Where is this now? Again.
New Orleans.
Okay, so a building collapsed in New Orleans last year.
In October. Yeah. On Columbus Day. And there's 2 bodies, a black man and a Hispanic man, who are buried in the rubble. They can't recover the bodies. Right. And so they just cover them up, with a tarp. And then, so it's a lot, I don't know, there's a lot of interesting things going on. We'll see.
Okay, and then said that you said the computers have been hacked over there too.
Yeah, I think it's the government, the local government, I believe, the city of New Orleans computer systems were compromised.
Anybody going to Mardi Gras in New Orleans? I'm like kind of wondering, now. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me now, okay? Talk to me. Wonder how would that compromise, New Orleans and the Mardi Gras. I wonder how that would compromise the situation. You know me. I'm thinking a little bit over, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So hey, Econze says true. Electronics do tend to act up during retrograde. So I'm still not sure if we're in retrograde or not. Anybody can look that up. Okay, thank you. Okay. Look. Okay, Luck Star Good. Say yes, it's in retrograde. Okay. Okay then. Now don't y'all be making a fool out of mama now. Y'all telling the truth around here. We in that retrograde. Well, we're in retrograde. That explains this. A video just comes on. I don't know whose it is, and I hope it does not compromise my video, as far as copyright issues, because that is weird. This computer comes on by itself and just goes to playing somebody's video. That's ridiculous. And earlier I had trouble with y'all remember I was cussing. I was cussing like a sailor. That video earlier, what had happened once it had uploaded, it was off. Looked like on my end, it was off the air for about good 45 minutes. And so that meant what? I had to lose the views. So mama cussed to that thing. That's right now. Yeah, I had to cuss them out, honey. I had to put some of that cursing oil on them, and then it showed back up. Okay, then feedback. So I've been watching since you were Spiritually Nima. I am still Spiritually Nima. I still have like some social platforms with that name on it and everything. Oh, okay. Thank you for the heart. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start talking here. If anyone wants to join the chat, I will post a link once again. I'm just giving people time to come in. Okay, I'm reading over the chat. So y'all see that the link is up there if you'd like to join in. Okay, Amy says you are very beautiful, Ashley. Are you there? You with us? Okay.
Thank you, Amy.
And so now let's get into this. So Ashley, I want to talk about this situation. Okay, and we're just gonna be elaborating and everything. How serious should we be taking this situation as far as the coronavirus go? I mean, like, am I being a little bit extreme? Are we being a little bit more too overly extreme about the issue and everything?
I don't. It's hard to say. I don't know, right? But it does seem like plagues have played a part in our history as humans for a long time. And somehow I feel somewhat protected because I'm particular about animals. You know what I mean? Like in my face and like in my bed and all kinds of stuff like that. And I don't know. So I can see how there could be a problem for people who kiss dogs, or I don't know. It's something to be concerned about, but I think, sometimes cultural norms can protect.
Okay, then. Okay. So basically just you're saying, just probably just need to put away the fear for right now and observe and see what goes on from there. And okay, so but I do want to read this because I just wanted to keep up with it. It says this right here, February 22nd at 4:45 p.m. Eastern time says Korean cases climb. Japan passenger turns positive. Virus update. The number of coronaviruses cases in South Korea continued to climb over the weekend, and a passenger on the ill-fated Diamond Princess tested positive after arriving home in Japan despite a negative reading during the ship's quarantine. The latest developments underscored that the focus on averting a global pandemic is now outside China. In the original locus of the disease, Hubei, Saturday saw another 96 deaths in line with the toll reported in recent days. The U.S. raised, the U.S. raised its travel alerts for Japan and South Korea. Both countries are now at level 2, while China remains a level 4. Do not travel. Britain advised against going to 2 affected Korean cities. Italy, the country with the most infections in Europe, is banning passage to and from an affected area southeast of Milan. I mean, it would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? And I mean, and it looks like our country needs to implement that too. I mean, like it's against the law really to travel to Cuba unless you got a damn good reason for going.
That's true.
So what we gonna do? Just let everybody go on to China?
Yeah, that's true.
Right about that Diamond Princess ship to me.
That was strange. I don't know how long they were in quarantine, but it seemed like that story dragged on forever.
Something going on in there. Now you know how I get to thinking. I'm like, did y'all plant something in that ship?
Oh, wow.
Ship travel seems to be a little bit dangerous too. Getting on these ships, going on cruises and stuff right now. China's top leadership pledged further fiscal and monetary steps to help growth rebound, while finance chiefs from the world's biggest economies gathering in, I can't even pronounce that, Saudi Arabia, fretted over the risk. The IMF said its baseline scenario is now for China to expand 5.6% this year, 0.4 percentage point lower than a January estimate, shaving 0.1 percentage point off of global growth. So anyways, it says China cases rise to at least 76,936 as of February 22nd, with 2,442 fatalities. South Korea reported 123 more cases, bringing that country's total to 556 and 2 more deaths. A Japanese passenger who tested negative for the virus during the Diamond Princess quarantine fell ill and tested positive on February 2nd after returning home. Okay, so what I want to say. Okay. And now this is another thing. If y'all don't mind me, let me know if I'm getting a little bit too boring. What's up, Lady Al? How you doing? Hello, Nicole Tracy. We have Miss Ashley here as a guest today. Oh man, they finna play this video. Don't play that. Okay, so if you're speaking in another language, we appreciate if you can do some English here. I do understand hola. Okay, hola to you too. Tapila azul. Okay. But if you can't speak English, you just can't speak English, can you? Okay. Hey, the divinity of Ananda, how you doing? Okay, so Lady Al says we all know they are doing population control in overpopulated cities or countries. Okay, so we got to be mindful of that. Thank you for the hearts of the divinity of Ananda. Thank you so much. Now, look, listen to this, y'all. They say that the virus is interrupting supply chains from watches to lobsters. So it says chaos reigns from the high seas to the factory floor after key manufacturers in China shut down or ships are held in port. Like I got some items and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Now I can imagine that. I can't imagine what that looks like for
I
international
know.
trade.
Yeah. See, that's why I said we need to have this forum so we can kind of get an idea. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, like what is it gonna be like? How long is it gonna take before things are back up and running? Is this the motherfucking apocalypse? You know what I'm saying? You know, not trying to put no fear out there, but I'm just trying to feel around to see how far this can go. So anyways, it says for we don't need them lobsters, do it, y'all. From watches to lobsters. So that there goes all of them crab claw videos, huh? And lobster videos. You know what I'm saying? Really, that's a sin anyway. That's a sin to be sitting down there eating that much food. You know what I'm saying? And you got people starving all over the place. So it says a Hong Kong watchmaker who can't get coils or wheels. New Zealand lobsters released back into the wild. I heard what you was saying, Ashley, about this here food, because you never know. It could be in the water, could be in the animals and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard for me to underestimate that area of the world after I saw that one child policy and all the stuff they were doing with those newborns and stuff. Um, it's hard for me to put anything past the East. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, just watching, like, I don't know.
Observing, huh? So it goes on to say a San Diego game studio facing delays to its latest fantasy board games. So it says the coronavirus outbreak, excuse me, y'all, that has hobbled China's economy is increasingly ricocheting through the world economy and supply chains. To gauge the impact, Bloomberg News reporters asked businesses around the world to share their experiences. Here are their stories. Hong Kong watchmaker, high-end watchmaker William Shum Weilan specializes in tourbillon. Y'all, I might tourbillon watches. I never heard of that. That are designed and assembled in Hong Kong, but source hundreds of specialist components, hands, dials, glass, straps, and buckles that go on into each timepiece from factories in main China. The shuttering of production has left his Memorian, I don't know what that is. Memorian Watch Company Ltd with a pre-order book of around 2,000 watches that he can't make. So it's going to affect people's pocketbooks.
Yeah, definitely. And the farms, right? For the soybeans and everything else they use to feed. I don't know, Mother Wisdom.
I know it. I know they were saying something about like food shortages. Somebody already in the chat. Hey Astro, how you doing? So Astro said they didn't give her a notification. Oh yeah, they play them games, honey, all day long. We ain't gonna be able to stop them when they come to that. Every watch I promised customers has to be delayed, he said. This is the first time I encountered a supplier that cannot supply to me. The specialized nature of the watches he makes means Shum's options for alternative suppliers outside China are limited given the extra cost involved. We cannot do anything but keep waiting. Wow. So then it goes on to the American board game maker. Fans of Renegade Game Studio will have to wait longer this summer for the latest copies of the company's fantasy board. San Diego-based Renegade makes specialty games featuring wizards, Vikings, warriors, even some cuddly kittens, sourcing them from manufacturers around Shanghai and Shenzhen. For now, 2 of the 3 factories that make its games are operating, although running at least than full capacity. President Scott Gaeta said. Things would be a lot worse if the supply chain crunch came in the third quarter, a few months ahead of the holiday season. Still, the delays happening now at the factory will hurt its inventory come June and July. As of today, we're expecting a 2 to 6 week delay shipping out to our customers, Gaeta said. We'll have to push back release dates. It's very fluid. Mask
Wow.
in Mexico. Jonathan Bass, a Los Angeles businessman who makes wall art and furniture from a factory in Mexico, says some of the components he needs for productions are stuck at the port south of Shanghai. Aluminum backed mirrors, door hinges, and polyester pillow fillers are among the items he's awaiting, forcing him to scurry for alternative providers closer to home. The shipping lines keep telling us it's another 2 weeks, Bay said, annoyed at being charged a storage fee at the port as the vessel waits for authorization to depart. A concern also has been how and where to get enough face masks, which he had been sourcing from China, which Mexican authorities require for his factory workers. China is experiencing a severe shortage. Base is hoping he'll be allowed to manufacture his own mask. That's where we're starting to go, Ashley. We're going to have to be manufacturing our own. And I mean, if this situation gets any, more lengthier than this is probably where we're going, where they need to be opening up some new factories, manufacturing companies, and putting people to work. That's the silver lining in this. I hate to say it too soon, but I think they're gonna get it under control here.
I think they will too. I think they're gonna get it under control, or at least we'll stop hearing about it so much. I'm interested to see what's next, because I feel like what I'm noticing is the sensitivity behind like Chinese people in general. Like they're closing their restaurants and stuff early, and
now where's this going on here in America?
Yeah, in Chicago and San Francisco. Like the sentiment amongst Chinese Americans is that people are prejudging them, and like it's just kind of racial kind of prejudices are starting to resurface in light of this thing. And so I wonder if those effects won't be more long lasting as we approach the election. Even after like coronavirus fades away, will those feelings that were raised still remain?
Right. Okay. Well. Now y'all know I'm a little bit silly. Now I'm trying to see how it's gonna affect the ching changs. The ching chang places where you get your hair and all of that, nails, and y'all know what I'm saying. All of those little places where you go and get your little beauty supplies and stuff, beauty products and stuff from there. We call them ching chang. So y'all, where we going with it? Where we going? Okay, feedback said deep. Lady Owl said at Milton, I even started looking into solar lights and solar. Let's talk about it, y'all. That's what you're doing, Lady Owl. Milton Nall says face masks, medical packaging, sterilizing fluids, zip ties, send paper, most manufacturing products all come from China. You can't make anything without them. That's so true. And this situation should raise some eyebrows, with American manufacturing companies, with America itself, that something needs to be done about it. I mean, we cannot just depend on them for everything. Like, America, what are we going to do about this? Okay, even though this may just turn out to be something that, like you said, Ashley, that eventually blows over and we're fine here. I mean, shouldn't we now be looking at alternatives to China? It seems like this right here is like a wake up call. Like, where are we going to go from here? You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the two. I want to hear the candidate for president and Trump. I want to hear them speak about it. I want them to speak on that. Like what are we gonna do to safeguard the economy and make sure we got these supplies? Because like you were saying, somebody in here was saying, like we gonna have to have certain supplies in order to, keep the hospitals running.
Definitely.
When people are sick and everything, and people be having babies and you have tragedy or whatever, you can't help people if you don't have supplies. Because I think everything comes from there. Needles, vials, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, IV bags, the tubing, everything.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. I'm wondering, ever in history has America had such an issue, with big suppliers, like facing shortages?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even know how many of us are even willing to take jobs in factories and like these, Americans. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it will be if it comes to the point where we're unable to get things like batteries or light bulbs and things like that. I don't know. I think the poor will survive. The poor and the humble and the dark.
This can take us back to the dark ages quickly.
Yeah.
Really fast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's why like Farrakhan for a while. Don't jump on me because I brought his name up, y'all, because a lot of folks don't like him, But like Farrakhan, has tried to teach the mosque to be able to go without, certain things, like just turn the air conditioner on in the summertime. Go without the air. Wintertime, go without the heat. Learn how to be able to compromise when it comes to all of these comforts. Start training yourself. Start training yourself, to do without them, because it's going to be like a rude awakening. I'm not saying that's where we're going, but it definitely gets you to thinking about situations that can arise, in far future.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
Nicole, how you doing? Nicole said, and eat less. That's another thing he said. Teaching you how to fast. How to be able, Now, see, Mama don't know nothing about that. See, how to be able to fast. You might have to go a few days without some tea.
Yeah.
The important thing is just to make sure you got good, fresh running water. I don't think China has to supply us any water. We're gonna do fine in that area. You know what I'm saying? But even if that, we're just down the street from the river. Okay, so we'll have to just do what we got to do. But I just want to talk about little survivals. We want to talk about some survivals. Let me read what's going on in the chat. Milton Nall says China makes almost all basic medical supplies and most medicines and most antibiotics you take away. Just antibiotics, 2/3 of the world populace will be gone in a year or so, I have heard. Wow. So that's when we have to, they say that, you can there are natural antibiotics like euthanasia. And there was another one, I can't even think of the name of it, another natural antibiotic. Oh gosh. It's like in a stick form, and it turns the water yellow. It starts with a G, and I cannot think of the name of them. But I think those are the two. I have tried them, and I hear some feedback coming. You got some feedback
on my end. Okay. How is it?
Yeah. We still got it going on.
Okay.
How about? Okay, now that's better. That's better. So, what you have to do is mute yourself.
I did mute myself just to see. Is it still? Do you still hear it? Because see. I may have to. I have radiators in my house.
Let's see. Just slightly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna mute it until the radiators shut off.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, anyways, but there's another one and it starts with a G, but I have taken euthanasia for like little issues and stuff, and I really didn't get no results from that, y'all. I think mama is got a high tolerance to that. But I've tried euthanasia roots and euthanasia pills and stuff like that, and didn't get anything out there. Didn't get anything. Mama didn't get nothing. So you got a point. We're gonna need their antibiotics for their infections, okay? Because they create and modify these bacterial infections that we get these bronchitises and shit. I think Mr. Willie got bronchitis because he's got wormwood. Okay, that's one. That's one, but it's another one, Nicole, that start with a G. Darn, what is the name of it? Looks like I'm gonna have to look it up. But it'll turn your water yellow, and you can buy it at the farmer's market in a tea form. It's already in a masonry jar. But I've tried it too. Nothing, y'all. They claim that onions are good because it's got sulfur in it, and nothing when it came to that. So, and they say garlic is another one. Garlic is good. Honey is good. Golden seal. Golden seal is supposed to be another natural antibiotic. But here's the thing. Are we going to be able to find that? Are you going to be able to get your hand on that shit? Should we be trying to stock up on our medications, high blood pressure pills and antibiotics and anti-inflammatory, anti this and anti that? The oregano is supposed to be real good. And cloves are supposed to be real good. So these are some of the things that are alternative antibiotics. I don't know. When you're dealing with those like strep throat. My son was talking to a young lady in Africa, and she said she's never heard of strep throat. She said they don't get that over there. She live in West Africa. She said, I never heard of strep throat. What is that? And so, a lot of these different things that ail us here, a lot of countries never heard of it, And so, that's why I say if they create and modify a bio weapon or micro, you will need their medicine in order to get rid of it. Shit, should we just get up and leave out of here, honey? Should we be all boarding planes? Hello? Ain't no sunlight. In order to be able to deal with these viruses and stuff, you need adequate sunlight. You need at least 6 hours of sunlight so that you can synthesize vitamin D3. So they got us with that. You can take all the supplements in the world, but I don't think nothing works like natural sunlight. So there we got another problem. I've been looking at them today. I just took over. Ashley didn't get a chance to say none of this taking on. I can run my mouth. But look, check this out, y'all. I was looking at the sky today. Today was a sunny day and everything. And y'all know I'm finna get the cussing. And the goddamn, they start, excuse me now, Ashley, excuse me. They done started spraying in layers, meaning that they're going straight with these chemtrails. They go straight up in the air. Then they come on down and across. They play tic-tac-toe all up in the sky and layer clouds. I'm telling you, it is war against the masses. Every time they spray those chemtrails in the sky, especially some people, they are waging war with you. Okay? They know that the way to get these here biological weapons in your body so that they can attack and destroy your immune system is for you not to be able to synthesize D3 from sunlight. So anytime you putting clouds in the sky, you want war. You want war with me. That's basically what they doing. Because they know that they can't, they cannot weaponize their microbes if your immune system is up. So everybody, if you're not getting that much sunlight every day, you need to know that your immune system is not working at top sufficient peak or what have you. Okay. The divinity of Ananda said, "You got it, mama." Let me see something else that's pissing me off. Okay. So I told y'all that they introduced a new machine down there 2 years ago. All it is like a air machine or a weather machine, whatever you want. All it does is produce cold weather. Okay. The divinity of Ananda said, "Bingo, mama. Them motherfuckers run that shit at night, but guess what they did? They put a nut nut over there on the other side. Now I hear them on both sides now. Now, when I first moved here, it was nice and warm here. 2015 was warm. You could work outside in the wintertime, because I'm in a zone that is very tropical over here where I'm at. Okay. It's so warm until we have palm trees and you can leave your aloe vera trees out, your aloe vera plants outside. A lot of plants can stay outside. But they changed that. Came 2017. They put the machine down there. The air feels so arid and damp and moist. It feels like when you go outside, you are walking into a walk-in freezer. It does not feel like natural cold. I know the difference between the two. I've been here half a century. Now I hear that one running down the street that's been there now for the last couple of years running like this at night. I even went out there and let y'all heard it. Okay. They done banned you from going out to the river down there because what they have to do is sit their machines in areas where there is lots of water by lakes and by rivers. That's where they have to put the machines so that they can collect the water and spray aeromist it back out to you to cool it down. Now, on the other side, you hear this one running. So now you go outside, it's so much noise. And so I say, I see where we're going. They don't plan on giving up the fucking fight. Okay, they are determined to continue to control the weather because they know that this is going to spread from here and going all the way further north, which is down. North is down. I told y'all they've taught us everything the opposite. South is really up, north is really down. This man said this guy he had done all of this done all of his education in the US, got a PhD, all that good stuff. You know how he thought he was highly intelligent. And then, he knew so many different languages and he went overseas and he was talking about the South being down and the North being up, and they were laughing at him. They thought it was ridiculous. And he didn't know any better, because, we only know what they teach us. Now we can go out and supplement our education and learn more. But a lot of people rely on what they have learned in school and not realizing school is only a brainwashing technique. That's it. It's all to brainwash you. So you can take that stuff overseas and people think it's hilarious. This is why the government does not want to supplement the education of teaching these children any other language but English. That's the only language they think is necessary. Meanwhile, you go to places in West Africa, they're teaching them French, they're teaching them English, they're teaching them Spanish, and they have their own languages. Come on now, let's talk. What's going on here? Why aren't our children learning Spanish? This is becoming a Hispanic country. Everyone around me speaks Spanish. All down the street, we have a whole Hispanic community. They're all speaking Spanish. Don't you think we should, American government, don't you think we should know Spanish? Should our children know Spanish? See, that's what I'm saying. They're not interested in educating your children. They don't want that. Okay. Okay, I understand, Ashley. Ashley said, sorry. She says her radiators are hissing. It's okay. But thank you for coming on. What you call that? Subpar education, the divinity. Okay. So anyways, let's see what we got going on up here. So what you say? Milton said he's coming back as Arnold Schwarzenegger once said. Okay, tell me what you mean about that. Come on, talk to me about that. Nobody wants to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Are you being funny here? Nobody wants to be him. Okay. Okay. What you say? A Black Widow Beehive Club says a 21-year-old white guy on my job said he lived in New York all his life, but he only liked the winter and hated the summer. I asked him why, and he said he liked cold better and hate the sun. Now that's a coincidence. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, well, Black Widow Beehive Club says if you look at Europe and the constant white skies and freezing weather, you could tell they've been practicing this chemical cloud creating for longer than we think. They seem to thrive in cold. I mean, well, it's true. America has not always been a cold climate. Um, but they actually brought winter here. They brought the cold climates here. A lot of the trees here are not native. They're not native. If you go back and look in history, especially here, I'm going to talk about Alabama. I look at some of film footage from like 50 years ago, and it was just like open country, no trees whatsoever, just not even grass, just soil, just that's it. But now we have all of these pine trees. These pine trees, they don't even look like they're good 40 some years old. Lots of pines are not native to down here. Lots of pine trees and lots of evergreens and things of that nature. They have terraformed this area. The elites have terraformed the land to create this illusion of Europe, the fog, and how they talk about the London fog, and emulate that environment, because that environment makes them feel very, very comfortable. Meanwhile, this is not, that this type of climate. It's not. This is a very tropical, warm place, and it's like returning to what it was, and they're fighting. And like I say, every time you see chemtrails in the sky, know that they're at war with you. They're at war with you and your immune system. Okay. Okay, Lady Owl, how you doing? Says I hated English language. It had too many rules versus other languages. Okay. Too many rules. And they said English is one of the most complicated languages to learn too, because of all of those rules. Oh, Ashley says if children learn Yoruba or Geechee or Swahili, their brains would change. Oh, they don't want that to happen now. They need you to they want to keep you under the spell. The spell. When you speak English, you are constantly casting spells with your tongue 24/7, and they want to understand. See, languages should be secret codes. Secret codes against those people that may potentially be your enemy. And so it's not good that we can, they understand everything we're saying, but this was the whole idea, to get you to be able to okay, y'all, let me get rid of these side pop-ups. They are so nerve-wracking. Okay. Okay, so what you say, Mammy, Rika, how you doing? So the rules were set from our people. This isn't foreign. Ashley said English is very difficult to learn. Okay, I'm going on up. Okay, and Mammy says in Africa, the main language usage is Chinese, Arabic as usual, and English. I was talking to a guy, he's from Guinea, and this man knew all of these different languages. He knew French, he knew Spanish, he knew his language, and he knew some other stuff. Some other stuff he knew. And I was like amazed that he knew all of. He said all of that was taught when they were very young. And but we only learn English here, y'all. Okay. Okay. Ashley says, so long as English is promoted, people are forced to think in an English Anglo-Saxon framework. Okay. Mammy says Chinese is a hierarchical language as well as Arabic. Spanish is a common man's language, workers. Uh-huh. I'm reading the chat, y'all. Oh, okay. Ashley says they won't teach Spanish because language is a framework, a way to define the world. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, so did I get to everybody? Okay, Nicole Tracy says, be mindful that our seeds to grow have been compromised. The news just showed a chestnut tree, a whole tree, fake genetically modified. Ain't that something? And see, our bodies are really running on empty. Our bodies are running on empty. I mean, like we don't have whatever it is that's necessary to really fight anything. You know what I'm saying? Because there is low frequency vegetables, low frequencies of fruits. Anytime you look at a veggie or a fruit and there ain't no seeds in it, it ain't really vibing to an extent to be able to supplement your body's function. Yes, okay. Lady Owl says yes, Arabic has been used thousands of years. You're definitely connecting with some ancestors and stuff there. Okay. Mammy Rika says in America, Spanish is looked as a worker's language, but to others, Arabic and Chinese is a language of commerce. Ooh, gone girl. Okay. Well, I learned something today. I have learned something today. I'm so tired of these side pop-ups. Black Widow Beehive says Hispanics are over 85% Caucasian with predominantly recessive DNA bloodlines. So these are hybrids of Caucasian and African. Okay, yeah, my son was telling me about that too. Hey, Quiet Storm, how are you doing? You're not late, you're just in time. We're just having a conversation on the world right now. We've talked a little bit about the threat of the coronavirus and the fact that a lot of a lot of Asian manufacturers are not able to ship or to are they're at the port. Goods are at the port and they still are not bringing them on in so that they can go ahead and deliver and drop things off. And we were just talking about how severe can this get. Will it get so severe that we will have to begin to do with a lot of goods and stuff like that are sent here from Asia? Mm. Oh, hmm. Black Widow Beehive says they have abundance of organic foods in Europe, and the sky is white almost every day. Yeah, I heard about that. The sun is being shaded like it now is in New York City. Nobody ever seen this much rain and white skies in New York. Oh, that's what's going on down here. So this is going to be their new way of combating this, the warmth from the sun. This is going to fix global warming, as they say. This is going to fix that. We're going to be having to deal with a lot of rain because it's supposed to start back raining Monday. I mean, matter of fact, I mean, somebody got like some crops that they had already dug up. I mean, and it's a lake. I was like, when did that lake show up? I mean, it's flooded out. They're going to be able to plant anything there with all of this rain and everything. But know that the rain is masking the fact that there is no cold. There is no winter. That's why they're doing that. Okay. Hey, Rain Doe, how you doing? Okay, Mammy Rika says she's learning too, honey. You ought to come here and just bless us with this information. If you like to, honey, I'm just going to sit back and just listen so you can bless us with this information. I'm going to put the link here. I don't know if you want to come here or whatever. If anybody wants to come and bless us. Okay. Okay, Lady Owl says that the leaders, their time is up. Their time is up, but they, honey, they say they still got some more strings they got to pull. They ain't finna give up. Do you hear me? They say, we're not gonna let this southern heat sweep all over the globe. Even though we know the Antarctic is melting in the next 5 to 10 years, it might not even be no snow up there. We're going to fix that 200. They're going to put some big towers up in the Antarctic to say that snow and ice, baby. They ain't giving up. Y'all wait till they put them huge, tall towers the size of the Eiffel Tower up at the Antarctic and let that shit run. You thinking that it's going to be killing you at the pump. It's going to kill you at the pump. That's why I keep on telling everybody, make sure you get these electric cars, big purchases, electric cars, because gasoline is gonna soar so high. They're gonna put some towers over there in that Antarctic and keep that cool. They're going to produce. I can imagine them there now, sitting at a table, big scientists, big time mad scientists from all over the world sitting at a table. I'm talking about how they're going to create some type of apparatus that's going to cool the Antarctic off and create snow. Ooh, I cannot imagine how much energy they would need and what that energy will cost. But guess what? That's not going to work because they said the snow is melting from the bottom up. What you gonna do about that other sun? The core. You know, a lot of people talking about they don't believe that it's the second sun. The second sun is in the core of the earth. Okay, that hot burning core is a sun. It is a sun, and it's getting hot. So what you gonna do about that? You gonna spray some clouds down there too? Hello, it's not gonna happen. Ooh, Lord. Black Widow Beehive says in the movie, they put a chemical in the sky to combat heat from the sun and it froze the skies on Earth, LOL. Well, honey, they working on that now. They're working on that now. I was looking at this movie, and I think the name of it is called either Frozen or Freeze, something like that, where what they were doing was like sweeping the skies with liquid nitrogen, some type of I say liquid nitrogen, but I think what it was some type of chemical, like you were saying. and they put it in, they lace the skies with it. And when they lace the skies with it, you would have to be inside. If you weren't inside, you would just freeze instantly. That movie is on Netflix. You would freeze instantly. So it's gonna get down to that. They're gonna try whatever they possibly can. So if it takes spraying liquid nitrogen just a little bit closer, at least treetop level, they are willing to do that. And do you all know how dangerous that would be for people and animals? That's what you call desperation. Just let the planet be. Just leave it alone. Okay. Black Widow says the Asian man that made the movie told the truth of what they are doing to the skies. Okay. Hey Zahava, how you doing? And thank you so much for the donation. I saw it in my Cash App. Thank you for the generous donation. Zahava says, I seen an article about ski resorts in the north shutting down due to the little snowfall. It was a lady. She stayed with me for a little bit. She sure did. And I told y'all about her. That was the lady who loaded all my stuff up in her trunk and went on by her business. But anyway, I let her stay a little too long. But she was a good intuitive, and she was telling me that somebody out there either you done had some eye surgery or you can have eye surgery or something like that. I ain't saying nobody necessarily in the chat who's commenting, but I can see it. I keep seeing your eye problem, your eye issues and stuff. Every time I close my eyes, I keep on seeing that. And y'all know me, I got to talk about it. Something going on there. But y'all, I'm random too. So I'm just gonna take off and say whatever I gotta say. But this girl was an intuitive, and she could tell you a few things that was gonna happen and stuff like that. And you know, and kind of like she hit or miss, but sometimes, you know, she be on target. But this, she told me, she said, one night she went to sleep and she had dreamed that it was ice on all the treetops, ice on all the roofs, and ice all over the streets in the area where she lived in. And I'm thinking about, she said it was so much ice and so much water. She said, it was just too much. And the skies were always dark. And then I said to myself, she may be foretelling the future. She may be saying what is going to be like this in the future, because they are going to use whatever technology they can to obliterate the sun. Somebody showed me a video, and it was funny because I was watching the video and I cannot find it, y'all. People have sent me several videos, and I'd be in the middle of looking at it, and my computer would just shut down. Computer just was shut completely down. Once I'm back up on it and running on it again, the video is just gone. And somebody sent me a video, and it was about the video was about, and there was a man sitting there talking. He was a mad scientist, and he said, we are so desperate to control this sun that we are willing. This is how he put it. We are willing to cause a volcano explosion. This is what he said. And which, you know, they probably doing it now, probably putting all kind of explosives down in those volcanoes. And he said what he wanted to do is cause a volcano eruption of one of the largest volcanoes and produce a nuclear winter. And y'all know what a nuclear winter is. That is when the skies are so full of volcano clouds and soot and ash until it's nighttime all day, every day for the next 20 years. I mean, shit, everything on the fucking planet be there. I'm like, wait a minute now, what the fuck? Why would you want to do something like that? It's best we just die in the heat than you to sit up here and put black soot all over here, because at least something will survive. if you allow it to just go ahead on and get hot as it's supposed to get. At least there are some trees that can survive that, and animals, plants, and some humans can survive that. But to take it upon yourself to just about kill every living thing on the planet, these people are out just totally out of their minds. Okay. So Econ says it won't work like that. It will generate inner earth plasmic redistribution. Honey, they talking about all kind of, like, they got all kind of plans and stuff. And I do believe they be messing around with that volcano over there at the Yellowstone Park. It just ain't gonna work because there is no explosives to get that deep into the core of the earth to do anything. So they may as well forget about it. Now, I did read where they said they're gonna put balloons in the sky. And I'm like, damn, y'all going through all of that? Said that they're going to put balloons in the sky to block the sun. They want to put a bunch of balloons up as clouds. Crazy. Okay. Lady Owl says everybody needs to look at the movie Along with the Gods, Warcraft, Dante's Inferno. Okay, Black Widow says their egos are too big to leave it alone. Like I say, right now, they're going to be coming together. Okay, the World Health Organization and all of these other great organizations and stuff of mad scientists are going to be coming together to try and figure out a way to save themselves if they have to use you as a scrap yard and use whatever you got going on in there. Because I told y'all about that dream I had with all these scrap body parts and stuff were all boxed up and stuff like that. If they have to use whatever they have to use from your DNA to create whatever kind of situation they need to supplement the lack thereof, they are going to be willing to do it. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to get together and talk about. You know, that stuff is top secret. It's not like we can just get our hands on it. Okay. Well, listen. Black Widow says, I have a question. If we're even dealing with humans, Mrs. Wisdom, here's the thing. I talked about this years ago. Alien mind forms. Alien mind forms. Meaning that these mind forms or these mind frames are not native to the planet. They're not native to the planet, meaning that, you know, these people are infected. These are human beings that are infected by these life forms. People think that, you know, from other planets, if you want to call them planets, dimensions, whatever you want to call them, you know, that they're going to come, they're going to look like aliens and stuff, and then they're going to, you know, morph into humans, and you won't be able to tell the difference. No, they infect the mind. They infect the mind. Once the mind is infected by these certain beings, if these beings are just not this particular race of beings, what they do is they terraform the land. Terraforming meaning that they come in and they introduce things that makes them comfortable in spite of what's naturally there. You know, like I was telling y'all that these evergreens are really not natural here. What we had here before they came were like the natural growing palms, you know, natural fruit trees was everywhere. Abundances of fruit trees were growing everywhere, swamp palms and everything. This was a tropical place. When they came in and terraformed and brought their chemical clouds and stuff from their factories and ships and airplanes, you know, the cold disturbed the natural ecosystem, and most of those things were they died out. There are a lot of fruits and vegetables that we had for our health that would have prevented us from getting most of these pestilence and diseases, they're gone for good. They're totally extinct thanks to weather modification, because they want this place, like you said, Black Widow, they want this place as close to Europe as possible. They want to turn this place into the Antarctic. Hello? They want you to, down here in Florida and Alabama, they want you to walk out the door and it ain't nothing but snow and ice and polar bears running around everywhere. And if this is not put a stop to, if nobody does anything about this, they may just get their wish, man. This whole place may turn into one big, huge block of ice. Because wherever they come from, this is their comfort level, Okay, feedback says she spoke about the corona at the beginning of the video. Okay. Gothica says, I am worried more about the new virus than anything else. Now, Mama, what you think is happening with the coronavirus? Well, like I was telling y'all earlier and stuff like that, they said a long time ago it was called SARS. And I do remember the SARS outbreak in China. And they got that under control. But they said it was so bad. And until, people will put saran wrap plastic on their windows, and they had their houses so airtight, lots of folks had died up in their houses and stuff. But they're thinking now, I haven't done any research to say, I've been under the microscope and I saw the actual microbe. But the word is out there that this is just another SARS. And they're calling it the coronavirus, when in actuality, it is actually SARS. So now how true that is, I don't know. I do believe that China, what's going on with China, and I probably shouldn't be saying that. I do believe somebody toted that virus over there. Somebody who owes them a lot of money, okay, toted it over there. They got it over there because they needed to shake them up, disturb their economy and everything, and to just try to send the place to hell. I mean, that's my take on it. I might be wrong, but I'm just guessing at it. I don't know how true it is. I do believe that they're going to contain that and get it under control. And it really don't take much to get it under control. It's a sad thing about it. It's like an embargo on China. We just ain't going to be able to go there. And that's probably what it's going to take, is to shut all travels down from China. And people who are traveling from places that people who are traveling from China that come to here, they may have to just stop it all together to get it contained here. I remember at one time they was talking about the Ebola virus and over in Liberia and in West Africa and stuff, and then people kind of had a little panic here. Matter of fact, a couple of people came over here with the Ebola virus, and they did get it under control. They got that under control. So here's the thing, hopefully they will get this under control. We'll see. Right now we do have 2 confirmed cases in Northern California. Let me see. I didn't check to see if we had some more here as of the 23rd. Anybody know if there are more confirmed cases? I'm checking to see. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of reading. China says most new coronavirus cases in Hubei as outbreak widens in South Korea, Iran, and Italy. As of February 23rd, 2020 at 12:40 a.m., The latest figures from China suggest that the novel coronavirus outbreak remains worse in the lockdown Hubei province, where there were 630 new cases as of Saturday evening and 96 new deaths. However, the global reach of the outbreak continues to spread, with major outbreaks in South Korea, Iran, Italy, and more. The Chinese government reported 648 new cases of the novel coronavirus across the country on Sunday, as well as 97 deaths. This brings the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 76,936, with a total of 2,000. Yeah, we talked about that. At present, 3 cruise ships have docked in Wuhan to house medical workers to help the city's overburdened healthcare system. On Sunday, Wuhan's Union Zhangbai Hospital announced that a 29-year-old doctor had died of the coronavirus, the second death of a young doctor in Hubei in recent days. I heard about him. He actually was supposed to get married, and he actually postponed his wedding. He postponed his wedding to continue to take care of sick patients and wound up catching it and dying from it. The number of cases linked to the Diamond Princess cruise ships increased again, with Indian media reporting that the number of Indian crew members aboard the ship who were confirmed had risen to 12. At least 643 people who traveled abroad the ship have been confirmed as having the virus. Iran has confirmed 6 deaths related to the coronavirus, the highest outside of China, while South Korea announced Sunday that it now had 120 new confirmed cases, bringing the total to 556. Hong Kong, the Chinese government announced there had been 648 more confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus outbreak as of late Saturday evening, bringing the total cases in mainland China to 76,000. Okay, so this is where we're going. We also talked about early in the video, the fact that, there a lot of goods and stuff are held up at the ports and ships. Workers not being able to get supplies to the ships to ship to America, and just about everything comes from China, and how it will affect hospitals, medications, and all of that stuff here will impact the world. So we talked about all of that earlier. Thank you. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Thank you for moderating. Thank you for the love. Our moderator says, please thumbs up the video. Thank y'all. Can we get some thumbs up here? Okay. No, Chris said he didn't get a notification. Also, Astro says she didn't get a notification either. So y'all know how that goes. This place is on. We're basically on we on analog over here. We don't get those privileges like those other channels and stuff like that, getting out notifications and stuff like that. We don't. Some people may get them, but the majority of people really don't. Okay. So Econ says all these things created in this face plate reality can't affect the indigenous melanin per se, but force evolution upon them, aka pain. Many people, okay, let me see. Many people, why? Okay, what is it trying to tell me? Oh gosh. This got it. Well, I cannot see the actual comment. What happened to his comment? Did it take the comment off? Look like it took the comment off. I don't understand this darn thing for nothing in the world. I was trying to read more of your conversation, but it won't let me read the rest of it. Okay, many people are immune to this virus. Okay, I got that. Okay, yeah, it can say, Mother Wisdom, will you please affirm extinction of those responsible for the evils conducted on the indigenous? Look like we ain't got to do it, man. Looks like what they call global warming is going to do it. The sun going to do it. Y'all should have seen what they was doing to the skies, man. They were playing tic-tac-toe up there. When I say this right here, the clouds, y'all watch the skies, man, especially next winter. The clouds are going to get lower and lower and lower. I promise you, the clouds will get so low until you will be able to see them at the treetop lines. You will be able to see it. I mean, I was just looking at the sea clouding craft, and it looks like a little bullet because they don't have wings on them. Now the airplanes do actually help with chemtrails. Also, they call them contrails, but they're not call them. Well, they can call them whatever they want to call them. Whatever it is, they proliferate and they prevent the sun from shining. They do have, I don't care if you want to call them contrails, and they just come from airplanes. That's just natural exhaust that comes from the plane, and no pun intended and all that. It affects the sunlight. It affects sun rays, regardless to what they want to call them. Okay. It affects our ability to receive the sun rays that is necessary to synthesize D3, point blank. So it's like nothing. I necessarily got to do anything. Nature's going to take its course, and these particular beings, I don't know what they are, that need this ice, need this cold. I don't know what I don't know who we don't really know what we're dealing with here. We really don't. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's the people who are white, they can't deal with it. I think it's deeper than that. I think these are a different race of beings, Now, because see, down here, honestly, and I'm not trying to say I know all about it, but most of the white people here have a natural ability to tan and protect themselves from the sun here. Now, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen them outside running when I couldn't take it. I've seen them, doing activities outside and I'd be like, damn, I don't know how they do that. This is really, really crazy. So it's got to be a certain species of beings that lack a certain kind of melanin. They talk about hue melanin or what have you. And these particular beings lack that. And these are the beings that are responsible for all of your chemtrails to protect themselves from the violent heat rays. They can't handle it. Now, they're going to give up soon as the sun just continuously get closer or its rays begin to get more furious. These people are going to retreat to underground bunkers. Right now they're getting it ready, y'all. They're getting them areas ready. That's why the plates are so shifty right now, because they're like building tunnels. They're building underground worlds and stuff like that. They are retreating. They're refuging to underground. And basically they're just gonna leave our asses up here because they also toting all the water they can down there and shit. And so we gotta have some, we're not gonna see all these changes in our lifetime. But if you reincarnate, you're gonna see it. And this game has been played throughout millennials, y'all. Ain't nothing new about this. This has been played over and over and over and over again. Every so often, the sun swings so close to the earth and causes this heat, and then pull back. It's just back and forth. It is said by some scientists we live in a binary planetary system, meaning that we have more than one sun orbiting, our solar system. So just look it up, or whatever. But there's nothing to do. Nature's going to take care of all of that in due time. Just be ready for it, because I'm telling you, down here, we be getting like down here, whoo, Lord have mercy, we be getting 113 degrees. Now, I know folks in Texas say that ain't nothing, but they don't know what it feels like to have humidity with that. That's the difference. Y'all got dry heat out there, but here it comes with humidity, and it's unbearable. Okay. Black Widow says they already have an underground city that's called Mount Weather. Well, I know that there's a truck driver that told me he's delivered goods under there. So lots of truckers are going there making delivery. They putting all their food up. They putting all their water up. See, they already got this projected time when they're gonna just ditch this shit. They're gonna be gone, man. They're gonna, and a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but there's some things in there that's true, y'all. The Revelation speaks of the beast. And that's what these elites are. They're beasts, and it speaks of them retreating to the bottomless pits, which is like under the earth, where they're creating their bunkers and stuff, and their safe havens and stuff. Read Revelations; it talks about that they will be locked up for so many millennials to torment the world no more, and then after that, they will come back to torment the world again. It's them that Revelation speaks of. Hey, Chastain. Lady Al says the Book of Enoch. Okay, Black Widow said this area, just like Antarctic, is blocked from Google satellite for government secrecy, but it's public information. Let me tell you what they doing up there in the Antarctic and stuff like that. They're starting to build hotels and shit over there. Y'all don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Because when this shit get real hot and machines don't work, chemtrails don't work no more, because they have ships all out to sea that spray them chemtrails up in the air and all of that, producing storms, hurricanes, whatever they need to cool this place off, to halt the Gulf Stream and stuff like that. Shoot, man, they are going to retreat to the Antarctic up there. They're going to go and put their hotels and homes and all of that other good stuff up there. They say you really can just about live there. Antarctic got 70-some degree weather this month. Nobody is talking about it. 70-something degrees. Meanwhile, here people are just enjoying the snow up there in Chicago. We got snow in Canada and Vancouver. We got snow, whatever. All of that is artificial. Nothing natural about it. All artificial snow, artificial weather, all of that. How can you get them high temperatures in the Antarctic, you understand, and then get these lower temperatures down here? Now, some people say, well, it's pole shifting and stuff like that. It could be a variety of all of that, but just some of this just does not sound right to me. Yeah, Black Widow, 70-some degrees in the Antarctic, 70-something. New Zealand, look it up, it's melting. There is really no more snow in New Zealand. Now I didn't say that they were not going to start, producing their nuclear snow from the nuclear plants. I did not say that they're not going to eventually do that, but it's going to take that to keep snow on this planet. Eventually there will be no more snow on this planet. It's going to be a wrap. And it's not like I'm celebrating or whatever, because we know that all of these ice glaciers that are melting, it's going to turn to water. Where's all that water going to go? So we're going to lose a lot of land mass. And this motherfucker going to heat up. It ain't going to be no machine nowhere to deal with all of this water. See, that's what's going to be the problem. You can create all the cold machines and freeze machines or whatever. But when the water rises, where you gonna put all that water? What you gonna do? You're gonna box all of this water up, bag all of this water up, and what? Send it to Mars or something? Send it to the moon? That's gonna be the downfall. You're gonna be surrounded by a lot of warm water, basically. Unless they can find a way to freeze all of this water that's gonna be rising. And that's what that whole Madrid fault line is all about. A lot of people are thinking, it's going to be a earthquake or what have you. No, it's just the fact there's going to be so much water surrounding us That's what's going to eventually divide, America and other places. You're going to lose a lot of land mass. We're going to lose some portions of these places on the edges, like, Florida and like California. And, what they say, some portions of, not that part over there, maybe some portions of like Mexico or something like that. But right around the edges of the Americas and stuff, we're going to lose a lot of that. And see, we've lost a lot of land mass. Even in the past, they have like cities and shit emerged in the oceans and stuff. So we've been losing land mass due to the actual poles and shit, freezing. Melting, thawing. There's no telling how much snow used to be in the Antarctic and the North Pole and places like that, but over time, melting has taken away, like I said, a lot of land mass and stuff. Eventually, this may just become just another water planet. And we may have to find a way, they may have to find a way for people to live gravitating over the water. Okay, Lady Owl says, learn how to get fresh water when it's a shortage. Okay. Okay, now I heard something about that. Feedback says when the water rises, Africa will still be there. That's why a lot of people on a primordial, level have been getting up and leaving Africa. People of all races, not just black people, but white people have been also picking up and moving to Africa. Okay. Who knows? Some of these elites that are making decisions for this country, they may be picking up, leaving over there too, because they said that place is going to actually be the safe haven, Africa. So that's why Africa is getting a lot of, and which brings us back to this issue with China, and which I really think that somebody went over there and planted that virus over there with China, because there's a certain country that was jealous of the fact that, West Africa is doing business with China. So China had it going on. They had a deal with some countries in West Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Nigeria? They're supposed to be doing a lot of work with Nigeria, but there's this other country that missed out. They were not interested in doing anything with this particular country. So, it's a lot of jealousy going on and stuff like that. But yeah, he just said that Africa is going to be the safe haven, the Eden, where it all began, which makes a lot of sense to me. That's where it should be, huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, Lady Owl says rainwater, honey. We've been getting plenty of that. I should have one of those big old huge storages that they got over there in West Africa and everything, that they keep in the yard that catches water. Because see, in a lot of places, like this guy I know in the Bermudas, he said they catch their water. They're in the rainy season now, but he said even now it's a shortage of water there in Bermuda. He said this is the time we catch our water so that we'll have water over the summer, because they're in a complete drought in the summertime. And so he was like, could you please send some of that water over here? But honey, we're gonna need some of those big old tanks too to catch this water. Okay. Hey Sonia, how you doing? Lady Owl said there are new developments as we speak. So, basically, what we're looking at is there's a lot of trouble brewing, overseas, and we really cannot ignore it and turn a blind eye to these things, because I used to do that. When it comes to the news, I typically don't like to indulge in it, but I think we need to, because if they don't get this situation straightened out, this is going to impact our economy. It's going to impact our economy. And we were going to have a session earlier, but I guess everybody couldn't wait on me and they went on to bed. I just wanted to talk about, the impact. What should we brace ourselves for? A lot of people getting scared. Oh, I don't want the virus. I don't want the virus. But we hadn't even thought about the fact that, it might cause food shortages and all that other stuff, you know? So I was just trying to see. Y'all can't, Mr. Willie is coughing really, really bad. Okay. Now, here's another one from the Washington Post. China says most new coronaviruses. Did I read this again? Well, I thought that it's well. See, they talked like they were gonna go into the incubation period, and then went right back into the same thing I read. But I was trying to see. So they said the new development suggests that the coronavirus incubation could be longer than 14 fucking days. Hell. but pretty much it's contained here in America because they're keeping the people who have confirmed cases, and I think they said it came off that ship. They're keeping them quarantined. Okay, let's see. Because that is crazy. Okay. So really, I don't have anything on any new information here in America. There's nothing new. So it's about the same. But now it says, okay, wait a minute. U.S. has coronavirus cases in 8 states, including California and Wisconsin. Okay, so this is as of yesterday. It says the U.S. has confirmed 35 cases of a coronavirus that originated in Wuhan, China, 8 in California, 2 in Illinois, and 1 each in Arizona, Massachusetts, Texas, Washington, and Wisconsin. Did y'all hear that? 35 cases. 35 cases. The 35th case was confirmed in Northern California on Friday. The virus has spread to 29 other countries as well. 2 cases of human-to-human transmissions have been confirmed in the U.S. Well. Okay, so officials have recorded 2 cases of human-to-human transmission among family members. Isn't that weird, y'all? That's weird. I mean, I honestly feel like if I take it upon myself to go to China right now, as a dare, they shouldn't let me back over here. Because that is just weird how they just let them back over here instead of keeping them quarantined somewhere in another place and stuff. And I hate to be like mean about it and stuff like that, but I think that is just really negligent to just let them just come back over here, knowing they have been exposed. Ah. 3 people who were evacuated from Wuhan back to the U.S. also tested positive for the coronavirus. Where? So evidently they must be doing fine, because we haven't heard of any deaths in America. We haven't heard of any. Anybody else? Okay. So for right now, I think we're safe. We're okay. Until they say, oh, because I know they're going to keep them quarantined. I know they're going to do that. It says a dozen towns in northern Italy were on lockdown after coronavirus deaths. It says coronavirus outbreak edges closer to pandemic status. Did y'all hear that? Pandemic status. No one else, I'm going to go ahead and implement this myself. No one else who travels to China is allowed to be coming back into this country. Okay, can we go ahead and put that out in the universe? And that the people who are infected stay quarantined until they give them an antidote to take care of this here. Now, somebody came in my comment section and said that they are actually experimenting and giving these people HIV antivirals to take care of the infection. I wonder how true that is. What we find is that this virus is going to be very difficult to contain, says Jeffrey Shaman. Listen to this, y'all. Harvard epidemiologist Mark Lipstitch. That's a weird name. Lipstitch. I bet you the kids really laughed at him in school. Mark Lipstitch estimates that 40 to 70% of the human population could be potentially be infected by the virus if it becomes a pandemic. Did y'all hear that? Not all of those people will get sick, he noted. The estimated death rate attributed to COVID-19, roughly 2 in 100 confirmed infections, may also drop over time as researchers get better understanding how widely the virus has spread. And somebody was telling me that they said that they're going to make a vaccine for it. It's going to be 18 months before they can get the vaccine together, y'all. Come on now. By that time, if it's supposed to be a pandemic, hell, most of our asses will be gone. Woo! Well, so far we haven't, excuse me, y'all. So far we haven't been hearing anything about, out of the 35 people here in America dying. So we still good. So, okay. So let's not worry ourselves. I will say if they sit up and set up 35 folks and passed away, we should be concerned. Okay, now I'm gonna let y'all go on, honey. It was nice. It was nice. Anybody want to join me? And before we go. Okay, Gothica, how you doing? Says only elderly people or with underlying health condition die. Well, what about this doctor that was 29 years old? He passed away with it. See, that's my concern. A healthy 29-year-old doctor died of it. See, they're putting information out there. Well, if you're young, well, now they say something about young children will have trouble with it, and elderlies will have trouble with it, and people who sick will have trouble with it. Okay, but explain the death of this doctor. The doctor looked like he probably was healthy at one time. He was taking care of patients. Gothica says he has underlying health issues. What kind of underlying health issues did this doctor have? Like heart problems or with weak immune systems? Gothica says. Chris says, and they tried to hush him up before he died. I heard about that. So the doctor had heart problems and a weak immune system? Mm-hmm. Anybody want to join me on this forum? Anybody? I'm going to put the link here. If you do, there's the link. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Excuse me. I think that's gonna wrap it up, y'all. It was fun. Okay. Informative. If anybody want to add something to this, anybody want to add anything to it? Feedback says my immune system is scrungy. My thing is, I do believe our immune systems are not at top peak performance, and because you need that sun. You need that sun to produce that D3, and the sun hadn't been out down south. And you know if you down north, if you're down north, you know you have not been getting enough adequate sunlight. Come on now, come on. A healthy immune system needs sunlight, and the darker you are, the more sunlight you need. I need a lot of D3. I need to really be in the sun. See, that's why I need to be in a place like Jamaica or something like that. I need to be in the sun from the day start and the sun come out to the go down. This is the truth. This is not no joke. Okay, my throat is fine. I just get that tickly itch down in my throat at nighttime. But thank you, yeah. Mr. Willie coughing along up. He done caught a cold. He just spread it out throughout the house. But I'm well. I'm well. But every now and then I get like a little tickly itch right there at my throat. But I've since recovered and I'm doing good. Knock on wood, because they said that they want to start testing people who are presenting with colds, complications from colds and flu viruses. They're going to start testing them for the coronavirus because they just think that, with the confirmed cases, it's a chance that some of these people may be actually carrying the coronavirus. That's what this man at the CDC said. Lady Owl says, plant your seeds and grow your own foods, even just some herbs or some fruit trees. Yeah. And it's going to be hard, Lady Owl. Oh, it's going to be hard. Girl. Microwave heat energy. We got that going on. In addition to that, floods, killing peach trees and stuff. You would have to damn near construct a goddamn tower to put your fruit trees in and your vegetables so they won't flood down south. Then you're going to need some goddamn curtains to go over them during this microwave summer that's coming. Y'all, it ain't going to be no joke. It's going to be difficult to grow things here. It's going to be hard as fuck. Oh, I'm fine, Chastain Stone. It's him that has the, I think he may have I think Mr. Willie got bronchitis. So I told him, I said, he going to have the doctor's visit so they can put him on some antibiotics. Y'all, but y'all know now, it's always using my allergies going on and stuff acting up. I don't have that, what he have. I mean, he coughing up a lung. Okay. Nobody wants to come on? Anybody want to come on? Okay, you better be knocking on that wood. Because if you present in an emergency room and stuff, they're going to be doing coronavirus checks and examinations. I wish y'all could have seen my video earlier today, man. They was fucking with that video I did earlier today on the Mother Wisdom channel. They were fucking with that video because what they had did was they pulled it pulled it off the shelf on my end. I can't speak for everybody else, but a lot of people couldn't find the video. Pulled it off the shelf for 45 minutes at least, and that affected the views. So for 45 minutes, the video wasn't getting no views there and everything. I thought maybe they had to snatch the video down. Use some banana water on them. Tell me what you're talking about, Lady Owl. I've always wanted a banana tree or banana plant, as they say. But here, we can grow banana plants, but what happens is that the banana plant eventually, the banana plant will it won't produce bananas. Okay. Okay, Michael, I see you in the live stream. Can you text us and introduce yourself? Can you text us and introduce yourself, Mike? Okay, so he left. See, so I mean, he waved and everything. I was just trying to see, is he genuine or if he's a troll? But he just left. I don't, because he doesn't look familiar to me. So if you don't look familiar, I need you to text. Come on, Mike, text us. You gonna text? Okay, I need you to text. Going once, going twice. Okay. Okie doke. Okay, now. Nobody else wants to come on? Okay. I ain't gonna keep on, harassing y'all. Okay. The divinity of Ananda says, does anyone know how they are handling the deceased? Y'all should have saw my video earlier today. I told y'all, and I hate to say it, they were like cutting up body parts. And they were like, and there's just tons of body parts. It wasn't good, y'all. Honey, I was one of them cut up, and I was like, "Oh Lord, honey!" And I remember trying to put myself back together again. You know how dreams be crazy and stuff. And I put myself back together, and I had my top here, my torso was missing, and I had my little chest part just straight on my legs. And Lord, I was so tired. Somebody was laughing when I was telling them about that. And I said, I don't mean for it to be funny, but shit, I was so fucking tired. Because I ain't had my little midsection. My chest right here was directly on my legs. Because they had my torso, like I said, in a bag, y'all. Got up and I told Mr. Wood, I said, Mr. Wheeler, what is going on? What is going on? Well, they said 2 of the passengers that was on the Diamond Princess passed away. Yes, 2 of them on there died. Ooh, y'all, that ain't good. Oh. Yeah, so that is a very good question, the divinity of Ananda. Because they're talking about the World Health Organization is talking about how they're going to handle corpses to make sure, because they said infections can easily be transmitted from feces leaked from dead bodies. Y'all, that ain't good. So there's no literature so far that I see how they handle the dead bodies. But that's something that I want to research. And I always been talking about them y'all remember they used to have all them coffins and stuff. They still up there, just trillions and trillions of coffins going all down certain areas of certain states and stuff like that. Y'all heard about that? I said, shit, that's where I found my ass cut up and put up in one of them things. So, honey, I'm going to have to rebuke that. Now I know y'all saying, "Oh, mama, how in the world can you say that?" Y'all, I'm just telling you the dream, man. I'm telling you, they were like, it was just like it was a sawmill, just an automatic sawmill, just and putting it there. I'm not saying that was gonna happen here. It just may be in my subconscious the concern, that I have for that. But y'all remember them coffins stacked up all over the place? I be saying to myself, is this is what they got the coffins for? A pandemic or something like that? You just, yep, that's what it was. The actual coronavirus was actually the SARS from long ago. Y'all remember the SARS because I just read it on here. COVID-19. Named SARS. SARS-CoV-2. I remember China dealing with this situation before. And they got it contained. But they didn't have these many. And they had quite a few deaths then too, y'all. Y'all remember the SARS? Okay, so as like Ashley say, they are common in species of animals, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. Did y'all hear that? So that's it. It mainly lives in the respiratory system. So wear non-sterile nitrile gloves when handling potentially infectious materials. If there is a risk of cuts, puncture wounds, or other injuries that break the skin, wear heavy-duty gloves over the nitrile glove. So here's some literature telling you how to handle the situation. It's on the Centers for Disease Control Prevention. It was issued as of February of the 19th, 2020. Okay. Y'all. Hey, Vashti, how you doing? Okay. That sounds about right. Vashti says, morning, mama. Good morning to you too. She said, I saw on the news they are burning the bodies. Okay. That sounds about right. Excuse me, y'all. Steve Gunther said, I really wanted to join you. It's not too late. You want to join now? I mean, you click on the link if you want to join me. Chris said they better burn it all at Vashti. Burn it all. Don't leave nothing. Don't even leave what you said. Don't even leave a tooth. Just get all of it. Okay. Okay then, Vashti. I'll agree with you. Thank you. Because you are making me think. You're making me think, and that's smart of you to say that, because if we run into a situation where all goods and services are just completely cut off from China, shit, hell, China make everything, don't it? We need to be looking up, and I think probably that'll be a video for tomorrow, the different goods and things that we get from China that are like emergency. I may be able to cover that now. Like emergency things that we get from China. Let me see. Well, how would I key that? Important things that we get from China or emergency things? So Trump was having trouble with China trade. It was a trade war. August 25th of 2019. I find that particularly interesting. Aha. In many ways, this is an emergency, Trump says. Actually, we are getting along very well with China right now. What's more, tariffs on another 300 billion of China. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, did y'all know that China and America was in a trade war? Hmm? In many ways, this is an emergency, Trump says. Ongoing trade battle between the world's top two economies. I ain't finna get into that. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just reading. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no trouble over here. Mama don't need to be cut up in that box. Mama seen that dream, honey, early this morning. And that's why you have to tell it for night. Trump says, I could declare a national emergency. I think when they steal and take out an intellectual property theft anywhere from 300 billion to 500 billion a year, and when we have a total loss of almost $1 trillion a year for many years, Trump said, adding that he had no plan right now to call for a national emergency. Actually, we are getting along very well with China right now. We are talking. I think they want to make a deal much more than I do. I'm getting a lot of money in tariffs. It's coming in by the billions. We've never gotten 10 cents from China, so we will see what happens. What y'all think about that? On Friday, Trump said he would raise existing duties on 250 billion in Chinese products to 30% from 25% October 1st. What's more, tariffs on another 300 billion of Chinese goods, which start to take effect on September 1st, will now be 15% instead of 10%. Y'all might want to read this. Y'all may want to read this article. Trump on U.S. China trade war. I could declare a national emergency. August, September, October, November, December, January. 5 months later. 5 months later. Chris says, LOL, keep playing with China and they gonna send something straight to his damn door. Ding dong. Okay, so we been playing a game called if them folks find out and see, I don't want to get too deep into that. You know what I'm saying? Mama ain't going on that territory, but y'all, hey, look, do the math. Do the math, honey. That was in my dream too, honey. That was in my dream, honey. I saw the man when he took the stuff over there. I seen the vial go over. I seen the vial go over there. I saw it, and that's all I got to say. Feedback says Trump is playing in China's face. How convenient. How convenient. And then China trying to do some business with, let me look that up too now. China trying to do some business too with, let me see. Let me look at that. Y'all, please, I got to get these, I got the batteries. I got to get these whatchamacalls done. China doing business with, I think, is it Kenya? I don't know. I think it's Kenya. Okay. Kenya welcomes Chinese investors, foreign partners. November 22nd of 2019. Kenya is improving its business environment and it welcomes more foreign partners, including Chinese investors, says Pius Rotish, the general manager of Kenya Investment Authority in Nairobi on Wednesday. He acknowledged China's leading role as Kenya's trade and investment partner at the media briefing of the third China Kenya Industrial Capacity Corporation Expo, organized by the China International Exhibition Center Group of Corporation. Kenya enjoys one of the most conducive investment environments in Africa. We were recently ranked number 56 amongst 190 economies in the ease of doing business, according to the latest World Bank annual ratings. This is a sharp improvement from the year of 2014 when we ranked number 170, says Rotish. So what happens to that? What happens to that? China doing business with Kenya 2019. China calls off business. China and Kenya 2020. Coronavirus. Let's see what happened. Woo! Chinese middlemen are stockpiling face masks from Kenya, Tanzania for export to China. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Oh, but Steve, you should have told me. I didn't know that was you. That's why I kept telling you. I said, Steve. I said, text me in the chat because I didn't know who you were. Mother Wisdom, I am the Michael who tried to join you on StreamYard. He kept knocking me off and wouldn't let me text. I tried. Michael is my real name. Okay, I got you. Come on, try to get back on again. Because, I didn't know who Michael was. I'm not used to seeing Michael in the chat, So now that I know it's you, come on and join us. So, listen to me. Chinese middlemen are stockpiling face masks from Kenya and Tanzania for export to China. So what makes the Chinese middleman think that he can just get all the motherfucking masks he wants from another motherfucking country? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we need to be getting a bunch of masks around here, y'all. Before the masks are gone. Because if China ain't got no mask and they the one that make them, god damn, motherfuckers. What we gonna do? Tie socks around our face? I don't know if it's gonna get down to that, but with the fact that people want to travel and get on these ships and stuff like that and go overseas and get on these planes, y'all, we might need to get some of this here. We might have to get this. What's up? How you doing, Steve?
Okay, here we go.
You doing all right?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. Over here, having a few cough attacks and itchy throat and all of that stuff. You know how these allergies and stuff are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like what you think about this? We talking about this corona issue and stuff, and like what we gonna be doing to just in case,
Well, first off, I think that you're very brave because you are speaking the truth and you're out here, you're out here online and you're talking about this stuff.
I do feel a little bit uncomfortable talking about this, so like this live stream may just come down because I do feel a little uncomfortable about it. This one subject, I can talk about witchcraft all day long, but this is a very uncomfortable subject matter.
Well,
revealing and exposing a lot of the things that are going on behind the scene.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff that's going on is I mean, we're in that age of Aquarius, so the light's being shown on things. You know, we're starting to see, but a lot of the stuff that's going on, it's being controlled by like the cabal or the Illuminati people or these, you know, all these organizations been running shit for however long that they've been doing it, and you know, they don't want us to know. They want us to stay in the dark about this stuff. And so you coming out here and talking about it, it's brave, but it's also probably a little dangerous. But I mean, how else are we gonna know? I think the coronavirus is definitely a real virus, but I also think that one of their tactics is to keep the people scared. So they're always bombarding us with all of this horrible news all the time, because if we're terrified, then it'll be easier for us to fall in line and just do what they say or go to these FEMA camps that they've been building. Have you heard about that? Those are all over the place.
Yeah. Long ago when they first started putting them up, people have
Mhm.
video footages of it and everything. I
Yeah.
mean, and have you seen the coffins?
Yes, the big plastic ones.
Yeah, the
Where they
big
look
black coffins just stacked up. I mean, enough to
Mhm.
take half of the country, the population. You know,
Right.
would fit in them, and just one coffin alone, they said could fit at least 5 bodies in.
And nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, but we're talking about it.
I know we are.
We're you know, I think what makes it so much safer for me to talk about it is because I don't have a big huge influence, you know. You know, like right now we're talking about it, we only got 28 people in the chat. But
Yeah.
now I had a big huge following, you know, where it was like I guess about probably 2,000 or more people here taking this really really serious. It may be
Mhm.
an issue if I had an influence, you know, but I don't have much of an influence. They think I'm just a crazy down the street. Oh, she's crazy,
No,
you know.
you ain't crazy.
Nobody's gonna take us serious. You know, this is probably like what they're banking on. You know, no one is listening.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, this is interesting. It's back news. But you know, with Trump and this trade war and all of these other opportunities and stuff like that that America may have missed out on, like doing business with Kenya. I've heard people say in the past that America felt some kind of a way, you know, that they were not invited to be able to do this and kind of work with China. And shit, I just had a deja vu moment. I had a fucking deja vu moment. Ain't that crazy?
Yep.
Yeah. So it says in Nairobi, Kilimani district, the upper floor of a typically quiet medical supply shop is hectic. Do you hear this right here, Steve? With Chinese customers ordering face masks for export. Now we all know that they are the ones that make them.
Right.
But now they've ran out. So it's now like, hey, you know, give us our mask back. So what are we gonna do? What
I
we gonna
know.
do, Steve? Do we need to be hoarding boxes of masks right now? I think who was that? Someone in the chat, Vashti says she's stocking up on all types of stuff. Are we at that point?
I think well, I mean, I think those of us who are guided and protected by spirit and higher forces are probably going to be mostly protected. There's no need for people to panic, but should we start hoarding some of those kinds of things? Yeah, I think so. Just because, I mean, it's going to come down to, and I don't know if it's going to directly affect us or whatever, but eventually it's going to come down to either you've got the resources to take care of yourself or you have to depend on the system.
And depending on the system means get on the bus and head to the FEMA camp.
Exactly. And it also means that you have to fall in line and do whatever they say. And you know they've got other agendas. They've got they want a one world religion. They want a one world government. They want all that. You know what I'm
They
saying?
want
So
population control.
yeah,
Control the population. All this stuff's coming. And I'm still wanting to know what those caskets are for.
exactly. And nobody ever said anything. And when they did, when there was some guy who I don't remember his name, but he tried to bring that to mainstream because of all those caskets. Like, we've got FEMA camps here in Texas, but he like went and filmed it or whatever. And then the next day when they went out to go, you know, he had contacted some other news source. When they went out to go film it where he had been, and you're talking about a field, and he had it all on film, like a field full of these caskets. The next day after he had said something about it, they were gone. They had moved them.
Oh, ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want us to pay no attention to them or know about it.
Exactly. They don't want us to know what's really going on. They want us to be scared all the time, and they want us to totally depend on them for the truth. They don't want us to be researching or investigating anything. And we got to be smarter than that, which is one reason why I have a lot of respect for you.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you feel any fear? You know, just us here talking about this at this moment.
No, not at all. But you know, we also, you know, you've got like, I've got like primal current energies that protect me. I've got Papa Legba and the Lawa. There's, you know, fear is something I got over a long time ago. So me personally, I'm not afraid, no. But there's lots of people that are afraid, and they have good reason to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Honey, just like I had a dream, I'm telling you, early this morning, around 8 o'clock, I had a dream. I was just cut. You heard I was cut up into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And my body was thrown in a box with a whole bunch of other body parts. They were just cutting up people. And I know, you know how dreams can be kind of weird and strange.
Right. Hello? You froze up on me.
Chad, we were gone for a minute, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
Isn't it funny how I was just talking about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly reacting to it, but we were spinning around for a little bit.
Well, yeah, because I mean, even on a platform, it doesn't matter really how large or small. They don't want anybody talking about this stuff.
That's true.
They always try to shut the truth down. Or like when people are out there, because see, there's you and maybe like one or two other witches on YouTube that I would say are like legit real witches, and then there's a whole lot of bullcrap. But you know what I'm saying is, like, anytime somebody out comes and really starts speaking truth, and you pay attention to this throughout history, they always look at that person and say they're crazy, they're stupid, they worship the devil, they're this, they're that, because they try everything they can to shut the truth down. And they want the people to continue to follow their truth, which they have presented to the masses. Their truth is brainwashing and programming. And they've been doing this for a long time. This is not a new game. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, how threatening do you think this coronavirus situation is for us as American citizens?
This year, I don't think it's threatening. I think next year it's going to hit America. Like it's sort of like a wave, you know, like the flu or whatever. So I think this year it's not really going to hit America, but next year when we hit the cold flu virus season, I think that then it's going to be a bigger threat for America. And Americans, their problem is, and it's not totally their fault, but they're so wrapped up in superficial things, and they're wrapped up in themselves all the time and their devices. So, I mean, it really is going to take something like that to hit this country for us to start waking up, you know.
Everybody wants to be self-independent. No more unity. Nobody don't want to work with nobody. It's all this every man for himself, and you can't survive in circumstances like that. It will be no survival. And this is pretty much how they want to keep it. Keep everybody separated. You know?
Well, yeah, divide and conquer has always been their thing, you know. When they used the Bible to justify slavery and the subjugation of women and everything else. I mean, divide and conquer has always been their plan.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? They're always trying to, instead of, because separateness, if y'all listen to me, separateness is a human sickness that we need to get over. We are not separate. We're not separate from nature. We're not separate from each other. We're not separate from any of this. But they instill that in us, because if we think we're separate, then what do? We squabble and we fight, and we go up into this community, that community, this religion, and then we start fighting against each other, and we have no strength. We have no unity.
That's the only way they can survive now.
Yeah.
That ensures their survival.
Yep.
Because it's far more of us than it is them.
Exactly. And if we rally together,
we're around here bickering with each other. They getting their underground refuges together.
Yep.
They're gonna retreat there and just leave us here to fend for ourselves. And we don't know how to fend for ourselves. They've taken that ability from us. You know, it's sort of like they're our parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're our parents. They decide for us, you know, what we can eat and what's available to us, and they decide for us everything.
They told us who our gods are. Damn.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
We got too much work to be doing. Okay. We got a lot of work to be doing, because, like I said, if it gets to that point where China is crippled to a point they cannot get it back together anytime soon, it's going to be a lot of stuff we got to find a way to create ourselves and deal with not having certain things. I mean, it looks like it's coming down to that. Do you think so, or you don't think so?
I think so eventually, yes. I don't know how long it'll be or how fast it'll be, but yes, I do think we're going to be facing that. And also with climate change, I feel like, you know, Atlantis will resurface, and then parts of the earth that are on top of the water now are going to go back under the water.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. But I think everything is shifted, you know, but I think for American citizens, this is going to be, these next few years are going to be the hugest test we've ever faced as a nation. And I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the people. Because the test is going to be about, can we rise up and see beyond our differences and come back together and unite, or can we not? You know?
The thing is, the people that can't, we're going to lose them.
Yeah, if they can't, there's no hope for them. Because
and this situation ain't necessarily about division with race and religion no more. This is just a whole division amongst just people in general.
Yeah. I mean,
people
that was
in general, people are just cold towards each other. They don't want nothing to do with each other. Just give me my cell phone, and that's all I want.
And it's strategic.
Children against parents, parents against children, neighbors against neighbors. We've come down to this.
Yes, and it was, but the thing is,
folks ain't gonna survive. You can't get down down. You're gonna be gone.
It was strategic planning on their part, because in the age of Pisces that we were in before, patriarchy ruled everything. There was no divine feminine, right? So now, and with patriarchy, all you had is intellect. You didn't have his feminine energy is reason, it's understanding, it's emotion, like, you know. And then divine feminine is now coming back in this age of enlightenment. And that's why all of us are starting to wake up, because the reason, the emotion, the understanding. But what I'm seeing is there's people like you and me, and people like the people in the chat that are responsive, and we're waking up and we're expanding. And then there's people that are so plugged into that program that I don't think they can change.
So what's going to happen to them?
They're probably going to die.
And these are the people that will sink your ship. These are the people, honey, when Noah got in his boat, honey, they pulled his ship, tried their best to pull his ship down. As he prepared himself for ascension, and safety or whatever, they tried to pull him down, you know. And like I say, you know, a lot of these people who are stockpiling these things to protect their families and stuff, unfortunately, these people who got these programs in them, they're going to be the first people to show up to your house and take whatever you got.
Exactly.
So, but so that's why I say, you know, we really all should have a conversation about this situation as to like what should we be preparing for? We need to be preparing.
Well,
we need a plan.
You know, the main thing that we've got to do, aside from preparing, I mean, preparing for what? I mean, you could prepare all day long, but you're never really ready till you're in a situation. But I think the thing that we have to keep doing as much as possible is what you're doing now. I mean, those of us who are waking up, those of us who are getting guidance, those of us who are tuned in with spirit, we need to speak, we need to expose, we need to shine light, you know, and try to get
as we have this amazing opportunity.
Yeah, try to get
it until they take it away from us. You know,
it's so like we gotta try to get
always looms over our heads that, you know, eventually they're gonna snatch it away.
Right.
You know, depending on how many people are talking. You know. So well, you know, it's an old saying, you never can really prepare for a disaster, because if you could, there would be no disaster. But I still say that we got to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? I do think we need to go ahead.
I think we should definitely learn how to grow our own food, how to find our own water. And we definitely need to be able to depend on each other. And that means male, female, black, white, Jew, Asian, Hispanic, straight, gay, trans, whatever. We need to be focusing on how we're alike and not how we're different, because we all are human and we all bleed red and we all have spirits. And so we should be able to see beyond any of the physical bullshit and recognize, hey, you are a soul and you are in this with me. And even if you don't know somebody, you know, you should be able to look and not feel all alone. The main thing is community. We have to find community. So I would say find other enlightened people, other awake people, and start building some kind of a community, some kind of a support system.
That's why I say, you know, the age of Aquarius is going to be a beautiful moment for us spiritualists, for us witches, and you know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that we witches can come together, you know, in spite of all of that, you know. But like you say, these people who are under these heavy programs just ain't gonna get down to get down. They just can't see past that. They just, honey, they ain't gonna be able to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, because not even on here, not even just on here, but like if I start, me or my husband start talking about any of this stuff, you know, in public or to some other people, what their first initial reaction, they're like, "Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're a stupid conspiracy." You know, and they just always the program tells them. The program tells them to not pay attention. The program tells them to run back to all the things that don't work and all the things that keep them locked up and fighting and a slave to the economy system, which is falling down. I mean, people don't understand going to those 9-to-5 jobs every day that they're slaves. Now, I'm not meaning to compare to old slavery and what happened then, but really they are. They don't get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't, and it's like, and then you start speaking truth and you watch them. It's like a switch goes off in their brain. And the program tells them to shut you out and to cut you off and to dismiss you as dumb.
Right, because I was telling this guy, I was like, look at the sky. Because, I mean, they were like just tic-tac-toeing with chemtrails. I mean, they're getting lower and lower. And I saw where one was going straight up in the sky. And then they were layering it like that. And I said, oh, my God, look up there. I told the guy to look up there. He didn't even respond. He was just looking up like this. I said, what'd you make of that? He had no response. He never said a word.
Because he doesn't know.
It's like we were in two different worlds.
He was probably thinking about Candy Crush.
Oh, man. Simple as that. And you can tell when people are awake. You can tell. You get a response. Very few people are awake. Most of them are just in this world. I do believe they're in another dimension.
Yeah. And I think that
they don't have the ability to receive these transmissions, honey, because this man was like, they're just doing this. I said, sir, excuse me. What do you think about that? He was just doing this. He didn't say anything. Also, I was looking in the sky. I don't know if that's Jupiter or Mars, but in the night sky, there is a light in the night sky that is getting larger and larger. I've been watching it since 2009.
I've been watching that too. I've been seeing that too.
And it's getting bigger. And I'm like, what the hell is this approaching us?
I mean, there's a lot of theories on it. Now, have you heard of the Red Planet? Or Planet X or Nibiru?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I swear I think I saw that.
It was briefly mentioned in the Necronomicon, and a lot of people think that's fiction, but and the Sumerians talked about Nibiru and the Red Planet, but it was
Planet X, yeah, that's what they call it.
And
got another guest coming on, Steve. Excuse me, Nicole Tracy is coming on. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi. How you doing? I'm so excited to be a part of this, and I am floored with Mother Wisdom. And how you doing tonight? This morning.
Hey.
I love Mother Wisdom.
Nibiru has hit the planet and will be hitting the planet mothership. You can look at this information with Bobby Hemmett. He gives a lot of feedback with the Nibiru. A lot of people don't really talk about this. And I've been following, I'm at work, so I'm sneaking, but really I've been studying the Nibiru for quite some time, and this stuff is real.
Yeah.
It's real, and like you said, as a collective, we have to come together and stop at the differences too. And also, I was tapping into something Bobby Hemmett said about the LGBT community being the gatekeeper. So I got to get more information about that, because I was always fascinated about that when he said that. And a lot of people say, oh, no, that's not true. But we're dealing with a spiritual warfare on all levels. I know I talk a lot. I'm so sorry.
No, you good. We're listening.
So I made a comment earlier about genetically modified food, and you have to assure that our seeds have always been compromised. They just, and I'm Chicago, by the way, and I was watching the news, and Channel 7 only gives you this one time. And if you don't pay attention to the logistics of what they're saying, how is it that you grew a perfect, healthy chestnut tree? And I'm getting off subject, but I just want to put this out there for people that's listening. The chestnut tree was so healthy, but it was genetically modified. So I looked at the parents. I said, did y'all hear this? So, when we say survival kits, we need some kerosene. We need to get glass jars. Back in the day, grandma would which is my grandmother, she'll go in the back and clip them herbs and mama, which I call her mama. She talked about echinacea, a golden seal. We need to stock up heavenly, not go and buy Jimmy Choo's, not be in the material world because we're in the spiritual,
right,
which a lot of people can't see at all.
Yes.
So crazy.
You're absolutely right about everything you just said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we do need to come back to knowing more about herbal medicine and natural cures for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it is no reason why our people are dying. We're not diabetics. We don't have a low classified bloodline. We have a pineal gland that for sure needs to be declassified by eating healthy. Leave the meats alone. I'm trying to go vegan, but slowly but surely make it hope for myself, because I've watched a whole lot of elders, which is now my ancestors, which they are in me. And these are the ones that lived to 100. My grandfather, he just transitioned in 93, and wonderful life. But, you know, he passed away, and he grew peppers and all types of veggies in his backyard. Very healthy.
Right.
Oh. So how I know that this food is so fake and so harmful to our bodies, I took grandfather's tomato, sliced it open, that redness, that garden, that earthly taste. Then I go to your local Whole Foods, get me an organic tomato, and it was like pinkish, and I said, "This
dry."
Yeah.
And it let me know that Whole Foods have sold out.
There you go.
Well,
and
notice that.
Yeah, and also it's like the stuff that's really healthy for the body, the stuff that really will cleanse the body, you know, and make it alkaline when it needs to be, and all that. If you notice, that's only food for the rich.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because if
you know what I'm saying,
how can you feed
where do they get their food?
Yeah.
Where does the rich get their food?
Because if you go and you try to get, like, if you are just a consumer and you live, let's say, like in New York City or Chicago or wherever, and you don't have a lot of access to this stuff, and then you think, okay, well, I want to eat healthy. You go to the grocery store. Let's imagine you got kids now, right? And you got let's say you're a single mom, you got kids, and you're like, I want to eat healthy. You go to the grocery store, and then you try to go get stuff that's pure, that's organic. You can't afford it. It's too expensive. And tell me they're not doing that shit on purpose.
Yeah. But
because like Mama says, there's more of us than there are of them. So they do everything they can to keep us down.
Yes. Because
you know what I'm saying?
Eating the meat. How can you
open this water?
When you eat the right way, you can astro project to the motherland Ethiopia, because we can't keep saying Africa. That was actually named by a Roman general, which is European. So I always call it Ethiopia, because that's what it always was, you know. If we do not eat right, then the pineal gland, see what they're doing, soy, meat, it shuts down and dumb down the pineal gland. Also, we have to be very mindful of having our babies born in these hospitals. You got to have them at home. Remember the movie Roots? And the lady was like in bondage, and they strapped her hands together and she squatted. You have to have babies like that, because now they put this big old needle in your spine. Who does that? When you know that when you squat, it protects the spine, the spinal cord. So when the women get these epidurals, they be so hurt, have all these complications with their lower back. I always hear lower back is hurting me. And we got to go back to the general ways, the midwives. Where are they? For anybody who's a midwife, I really commend you on doing what you do, because all my grandmother, my aunties, all of them was nurses. Okay.
And I was delivered myself personally by a midwife.
I know, because I follow you. I've been following you.
So I didn't get a chance to get all the vaccines and all of that stuff as a child, as a baby. I didn't get any childhood vaccination.
That's why
sometimes I wonder if that's the reason why, I was able to manage to escape the madness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's probably definitely one reason, but also there's the other reason that the current, the spiritual current that goes through those of us that are awake.
Yes.
And there's something, because that energy is more powerful than anything that the system can throw at you. Mm-hmm. So there's that too. But I don't know what the solution is. I think there's some of us that are going to wake up, and we're going to move into the next dimension. But I think that, like I said earlier, some people are so plugged into that program that there's just no hope. There's just no hope for them.
Oh my God.
And
it is our millennials are lost, but most of our millennials are the star seeds, the indigo kids, which is probably right now 5, 6, 7, 8. Nurture that mind, and they'll go far. Because we got too many rappers, not enough scholars.
And they ain't rapping about nothing, honey.
And the music is trash. It is demonic. Everybody, it's no Dorothy Dandridge, no Anita Baker, no Lena Horns. I mean, love me some Beyonce, but I'm a Janet Jackson 70s baby. It's not enough.
Rhythm Nation.
Yes. Absolutely. I got to say,
you're a 70s baby?
Yeah,
no, I wasn't.
79, and I'm a fucus.
You look like a 90s baby.
Thank you.
Right.
I was an 80s baby. I was an 80s baby. But yeah, I remember Janet back in the day.
Y'all are so wise. Y'all are very wise people, really.
Thank you. We think you're wise.
So advanced.
I want to give a shout out to
when I was y'all age, I was still in them programs.
Oh yeah.
For real. I was heavily immersed in those programs, and because we didn't have social media available to us and stuff. So, this right here is a nice jump start, having this available. So really, it's no excuse for those people who just refuse to get down with the get down. No excuses for it.
Scared.
I didn't know. Can't say that.
Oh, it's funny when you say it's no excuses. I have a friend that told me one time, he said, there is no excuse for ignorance in the age of OK Google.
There you go. Okay, I like that.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just say that. Go ahead.
Okay, so this may be totally way off subject, but I want to go back to this. What items do you all think are very important that come from China that we need to be looking into stockpiling? Any suggestions?
I know that
items that come from China.
Yeah, because we have a lot of
items that come from China that you may not get.
Right.
The States.
What you say now?
God, I don't know. I think we need to figure out that when we come into this planet, we have everything at our disposal that we need. And what we have been taught by the systems and the cabal people is that it has to come from a factory, or it has to come from a country, or it has to come from someone else, or it has to come from the store. That's all that big part of that big lie. I think what it comes down to is we've got to learn that we don't need to depend on anybody. We should be able to do this on our own. And then we should be able to have, in communities where we can help each other figure out how to build or sow or grow or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
And it's going to be an issue with some of us like me. I depend on high blood pressure medicines. So for a lot of people, medicines keep them alive. We're going to have some issues.
Wait. So I was always taught that high blood pressure could represent to the Kundalini. And the high blood pressure medication have you depressed, especially if you don't get that sun. And Mama was talking about that. You have to have a certain amount of sunlight, even though the sun is in the inner earth. So that beam is so strong, you think you're looking at the sun, but it's really in the inner earth. But now, I think it's probably two suns because the sun is so hot now, like very hot. Like
I've always thought that the two suns was the one that's in the interior of the earth.
Yes.
And the one that we look at out that way, that there are two. Yes. Because even in science class, they tell us that the core of the earth is fire. So I said, that's another solar body within itself. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when every time they obscure the sky with clouds, they're at war with us.
Yeah, and you know what?
Are at war with us.
Crazy. I'm in South Loop. I've been out here 9 years, just moved, but I used to always go to the air show with a jar and collect. It's always something, a chemical. What the chemtrails represents, once they spread and it's so airborne, you can see literally your community go nutty. Very dysfunctional. Mischievous, a lot of naughtiness is going on. Like somebody just turned on the switch and everybody is negative, and chaos without the order. Because with chaos comes order. And then in my neighborhood, it's no spiritualness. It is dead. You can see those or the youngins that have passed away, especially so sudden. Like you'll get a 17-year-old that passed away through a heart death. That soul has ascended, but that spirit is still wandering.
Right.
And because it does not understand or it does not realize that I am dead. So the chemtrails, I watch steps come through the neighborhood. Now we're talking about a very low impoverished, very low vibrational neighborhood that I was born and raised in. That when you go to air shows, and it was a European guy that also collected the same thing and went on Channel 7 and said, hey, this is ridiculous. So with clouds that don't evaporate really quick, that's your chemtrails.
Yeah,
that's your chemtrails all day. Even you gotta pay attention. Like when you see them little planes and they have a little like they advertising Geico, that can be to the chemtrail plane because it's all designed for a chaotic state of mind.
Right.
So
if you dig deep in the internet, like on YouTube, you really got to dig. But if you dig deep in the internet, and I'm not talking about going in the deep web or nothing, y'all, but you have to dig. You can find this information where people that used to work for the airlines saw firsthand the chemicals being put into the planes. Like, but that it's stuff that never hits the mainstream news. But people saw this. It's the same thing like with 9/11. People that were actually there, they're like, no, there was no plane that hit that building. Bombs went off, and they're like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, we were there. But you have to dig and dig and dig to find this stuff. But the people who were actually there, they're out there doing the best. They're trying to blow the whistle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we live in a materialistic world where material is more blind the people than something that we're talking about right now. People refuse. Even some of my colleagues, we used to go to the air show. They used to be so excited. I said, look, I've been there, done that. And I know what it means. I'm going to stay in today. Get me an apple, you know, and chew on something that's good, you know. But yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I've heard they have nanoparticles and stuff like that in the chemtrails.
Oh, it's serious.
And they even put lithium. Lithium is laced in the skies too. Y'all know what lithium is, don't you?
Yeah. Well, and they're dropping that on top of us all the time.
Yeah.
That's why you like those cloudy days, you feel all gloomy and you feel like tired and drained. They are putting psychotropic medications in the atmosphere to control our minds, keep us subdued.
Acid. It's a lot of acid in the rain now. Like it's, you know, remember when we were kids, you go out and eat some snow? Well, maybe.
I remember.
We used to make snow ice cream.
Okay, and put the little pet milk and sugar in there with it. Them ghetto snow cones. But you can't eat that now. It's artificial. It's artificial snow, so it's no telling what's in it.
I want you to look up. I want you to look up Dr. Savy. I know you know, Mama. I know you know about Dr. Savy, but also I would like you to look up Dr. Patrick Dales. He's the next one in line. It's just like Dr. Savy went into him, and now he's the Dr. Savy, but he's the truth. He's out of New York, and he can give you in his videos, because Mama, you don't need the medication.
Right. See, the problem is now my body, you know, may have lost the natural ability to control my pressure because it depends on the pharmaceuticals. This is a huge problem for me.
You know,
they do that. They do that a lot with viruses. Like, you know how all the time when they're talking about viruses, they say, "Oh, that virus, it'll just stay in your body forever. You can never." That's not really true. Yeah. You can heal yourself from almost every virus on the planet, but they want you to be dependent on the medication.
Yes, I tell my mother,
they want you to be dependent on the medication. That is, it's about money, it's about power, it's about control. It's another way to control you, just like organized religion, just like, you know, take it.
But now with that, what you think with the coronavirus, we can actually heal ourselves from that coronavirus?
I think, I believe, now, I've seen miracles happen, but in my experience, I believe personally that we can heal ourselves from anything.
Yeah.
You know, if we know how to tune in, tap in, and turn on.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that. They think that the only way they can get healed is by going to Dr. Pharma and taking this pill or that pill or that pill. When in reality, a lot of those pills, you don't need it. You didn't even need it in the first place. You know, most illnesses can be corrected by changing your freaking diet.
Yes,
I agree.
What'd you say his name was? Patrick what?
Patrick, Dr. Patrick Dales, Delbes. And I work with mother all the time, and now she's into all these herbs, and she's wonderful, energetic. But I told her about the high blood pressure, and I looked at the ingredients. It was so fun.
Ooh, I'm on one in particular, to be honest with you. I'm out the chat. Y'all. I hope I can get back in. I'm out the chat.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I keep getting these side pop-ups. Y'all ever get those?
Yes.
They slide in, and then you try to get rid of them, and then they just take over the screen. I hope I haven't gotten a virus or something here.
Something. I didn't actually think I was going to get in tonight. I was a little apprehended. I just went for it, and she clicked me in. But How can I get a reading from you?
Oh,
mean,
okay.
for what?
I
Okay.
wanted to come to Alabama because I'm always down south, particularly in
Right.
Mississippi.
Oh,
And I was going
Oh,
to
okay.
wanted something fabulous for myself and come and
Okay,
see.
yeah. So just let me know when you're coming.
Oh,
My phone number is in the description box of just
oh,
about all of the videos. Just let me know.
I to get your permission. I've been down with you for like 4 years. It's been a long time. I
Yeah.
don't
Oh, okay. So we got history.
know
Yes.
so much. And you brought us with this your aura. I remember when you was digging that dirt and you put a jar in a ground.
Oh yes, honey. That right there cleared up a lot. And I gotta make another jar pretty soon.
That
They
man said
really works. They
on the
really works.
I was cracking up so hard. Don't put me on
Okay. You know
the
that thing? It felt like it was gonna blow up. That glass was so tight. I do believe it would explode.
That's that pepper.
And that
Oh,
was one of them hot summer days. We were getting like 113 degrees. That soil was hot.
yeah,
Mhm.
Put that sodium hydroxide in there with it. Woo wee.
yeah.
Got rid of a
There's
lot of problems.
I
Yeah.
there's no there
We've
is
been
no
getting
denying
let's
the heat.
talk. We've been getting microwave heat in the summers
Yeah.
down south. What's up?
There is no denying that heat. There is no. I live in Texas. I'm down south, and I was born in New Orleans. And on my mom's side, there's Creole blood, and that's where a lot of the spirituality comes from. But we're also pretty eclectic. Like I don't just do one thing when it comes to spirituality. I let God's spirit guide me. But anyway, where was I going with that? Papa Legba.
Oh, love them.
Papa Legba, I think, and even the Barong.
Oh yeah, Baron Samedi.
They are two spirits that are incredibly powerful, and I found that even in like the primal current and that kind of stuff, I found if you're not coming just to get power, but you're coming because you have the right intentions and you're coming with love and you make some kind of an offering, they will listen, they will respond, they will help anybody because they don't look at the world the way we do.
And
They're not, but if you don't come correct, they're not going to help you.
absolutely, because spirit don't know you. They have to want to work with you, and you
Exactly.
can go into Papa Legba issue, Legwa. You cannot come to him and just ask. I think that you should work with him and get to know him by way of researching, because these Orishas ain't gonna play with you.
Exactly.
Mama,
You have to have relationship. You gotta.
or you see, I'm a child of segment and Amarat through my name, and how I researched that through Bobby Hemmett, and he was saying your first, your middle, and your last name connects you to a deity. So I'm searching Tracy because I was in my feelings with my mother, and I said, "Mother, name me a common name. I want to be a commoner. I want to be above average because that's who I am, and I'm very powerful." And she looked, and she said, "Well, go and research." So it was around now. What they call the witching hour, but it's a very spiritual hour. And I asked my spiritual guys to assist me and the ancestors, which is grandma, grandpa, because they're my ancestors. I said, please give me some type of insight on what Tracy means. So I get to what it means, which it derives from the Anglo-Saxons use Tracy a lot with their naming the daughters and the sons because it's so unisex, and it means brave. But my brother used to call me Braveheart. Let's take it out. So then it directed me to Bobby Hemmett, and voila, it was magical that night. And I called my mom, and I was weeping, and I said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because my name is Tracy Nicole Applewhite."
Okay,
that's awesome. Isn't it cool?
Text me.
Isn't it cool how spirit always puts those things in like a perfect alignment? It's like, and you're not even looking for it. But I do think, Mother Wisdom, that one thing that is, aside from all the physical stuff that we can do, one thing that we are hungry for is we need to have our spiritual selves reawakened. We need to open our third eyes. We need our pineal glands. We need that connection. And a lot of people, when they come to something like magic or spirituality, all they want is the power. They like she was saying, research and relationship. And because you got to have relationship with these beings.
Yeah, before you
have to.
You
know what I'm saying?
I'm off subject a little bit, but I want to go back to this. Let's talk about the sun, this microwave sun, y'all. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
What is going on? I mean, they will shroud the sky with chemical clouds all through the winter. And now when summer comes, the skies are clear as a bell.
Yeah.
What is it them? Are the elites actually microwaving us in the summer? Or is this something that just the natural way the sun would feel if they're not doing the chemtrails? What's going on, y'all? Because I promise y'all, check this out. I was in a very wealthy area in Florida, in Miami. The heat was like fuzzy. It was not so hot, but then I went to an area where there were not many wealthy people. Okay. I went up in the hood and it felt like somebody was blistering me with this heat. So it was a noticeable difference in the two areas. Y'all, what's going on? What's y'all take on that?
Well, I mean, they're always targeting those areas. See, like, okay, myself and my husband are white, but we have pretty much most of our lives chosen to live in predominantly Black and minority communities for two reasons. One, those people got your back. They're a lot nicer. They don't lie to you. And number two, it's just more affordable, right? But also living in these communities, I see on a regular basis how they're unfairly targeted in every direction.
Absolutely.
And they can deny it all day long. They can say all day long that they don't do it, but they do. It's evident. It's right there in your face.
Yeah.
So you believe that they're actually directing that microwave heat energy towards those areas?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I'm telling you, man, I just can't take it. In the summertime, I can't take it. See, now I live in a rural area. Now, where I live at, it's a variety of people here. Okay.
Right.
But honey, I'm telling you, it's immense heat. You know what I'm talking about in Texas, don't you?
It's so hot.
I'm embracing myself. I'm bracing myself because I said we had a very warm winter. So this summer, I'm not ready for that because it had my heart racing. You know, I'm on this high blood pressure pills. I can't grow no vegetables and no fruits. Nothing will grow in this stuff.
Yeah, I don't ever remember it. You know, and I'm only in my mid-30s, but I don't ever remember summers down here being as hot as they have been. And last summer it was, do you remember when you were driving in your car and you would like film and say, you'd be like, the weather's saying this, but my temperature gauge says it's actually.
And I would show it to you. Right, right. We were climbing on up there to 110. One day we went to 113, y'all. And I'm like, this summer is going to be hotter than ever because we didn't have a winter time. I even thought about leaving America. I thought it over. I said, I may just need to get the hell away from over here. Because, you know,
that is what my family, I have been pleading and, you know, just trying to do ciphers over dinner, family time. And that's nothing wrong with leaving. We'll together, but to get together is to get ready to get together and not be fearful to leave. I got a friend right now in Israel. They ain't never came back. They have not returned and they wasn't afraid. And when she told me, "Oh, you're not going nowhere," she said, "Okay, I'm gone."
Okay. She ain't been back.
Yeah, whole family, mother,
Now,
father, kid, left.
have you noticed that too? A lot of woke Americans are leaving the United States. Like they're getting out. And there's other countries where that's happening, but I was this there I watched this one thing where it's almost like an epidemic. You've got all these American citizens up and moving down to Mexico.
I
And you
heard
think,
about that.
why are they doing that? Well,
But
because they get down there and they get into these areas where there's clean water, there's fresh food, it's more affordable, and they're just
Right.
like, they're getting out because they see America going nowhere fast.
our
Right.
country is little. I need y'all to check out Above Majestic. Say it's gonna let you know a whole lot. But I remember when Al Gore was
Majestic
given
what?
I think it's called Above Majestic. Yeah,
Above me.
man, I got that off the dark web. That movie is something serious. But I want to say this train of thought. What was I saying again? So I got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, I understand. Because I know we was talking about moving overseas or getting away from America. And
Right.
Yeah. And then you said your husband, and then something about Majestic.
Yeah. Okay. Tune into that. But as far as this sun, I want to get back on Nibiru or Planet X
Yeah.
or the ship. Now the Rosians are on that ship. It's about 200 shams on that ship. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, and I was talking about Al Gore. I'm gonna get back to that. Okay, so let's go. So when you gotta understand how big Nibiru is. That's all of the United States and then some. So it changes the weather when it comes into our orbit. I noticed that too. The Vatican is closely looking at. If you think that the Pope don't know what we're talking about, you might be fooled. Because
Right.
as much as I look up, I don't even look down to get $1 or find $1. I'm always looking, especially around this time, because I'll be looking for the Seven Sisters
okay.
set up on YouTube too. They come from a planet where there's only women. They call it the Seven Sisters, and they always be in the, especially in the winter solstice when the sky is plain Jane, you can see them. But I do know that once Nibiru comes into our orbit, our weather shifts because it's going to rock the equator when it comes. Nibiru is coming, and it's a triple threat. The Vatican knows on up to the president because John F. Kennedy knew about
Yes,
this
he did.
and the cloning and other things, and it was you shall go
Yep.
for that. That's Al Gore was talking about the global warming, and Bush up and down every time he spoke about it when he was speaking, and he had a book on global warming. We're going there because it's happening on the rise, but they can control
Mm-hmm.
tampering with her. They're tampering with oil, but they cannot control her with the wind.
Mm-hmm.
They've been weathering the storm, but you cannot possibly control it, but you can manipulate it to a certain extent.
Right.
There's a lot of geothermal going on. I was trying to see what was going on in Hawaii. Remember Hawaii was being tampered with? I said, now why is it with the I thought that it was Agayu coming to bring a rep, which I know Agayu is in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm going off topic. But just want to say I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm so excited to
Yeah,
be.
hey, talk about it, and and I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. If y'all want to get back on tomorrow, we'll do this again so we can get it all.
Yes, as soon as you get on, I'm be ready.
If I'm
Okay.
able to, I will. I am a professional psychic medium, and so my schedule is crazy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah.
Gosh,
Honey, I'm not psychic all the time. I also like to just chill out. But
I know.
I follow Mother Wisdom, and I follow one other witch on YouTube. And it's not to say that that every witch on YouTube just about is phony, but there's a lot of phony bullshit out there. And so you got Mama, and you got this other one that I follow that I know for a fact they're real, and I've been following them forever. But
I think Wayward is real. Wayward gave a shout out to Mama. When I first heard Mama,
I freaking love Mother Wisdom.
Okay, who gave me a shout out?
Wayward, she the truth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you're listening to this, I love you, love you, love you, love Mama. When I heard Mama.
Well, thank you, Wayward, for the shout out. Thank you.
Oh,
and thank you, Nicole, for letting me know about her and everything. Okay. Thank you.
About because when I was in my PJs, I was like, somebody got it. Somebody is giving up.
Okay.
Oh,
you know what? I want y'all. My battery's getting low, so I know I'm gonna have to get ready to end this. But y'all listen. Oh, okay. Y'all want to get back together tomorrow?
Yeah,
if I'm able, I will come. But also, I just wanted to say real quick, Mama.
I thought you was familiar.
Yeah, I just want to say,
a professional medium. I know you.
Yes, I wanted to say real quick, Mama. Thank you very, very much for providing this platform and being brave like you are and doing what you do, because you really help a lot more people than you even realize. Thank you so much.
And I want to say,
Nicole, it was nice to meet you.
Y'all are so enlightened.
And Nicole, your top that you're wearing, that red, is gorgeous.
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous.
That ruby red.
This is one of my favorite ensembles. I want to say, my grandfather left this world in November, and I was
sorry to hear that.
And I tapped back into you, and I said, I hope she let me in. And I really feel like my grandfather has soul mounted my father. He looks like him. My grandfather really is walking with my father. And I'm thankful. I'm so thankful because I'm still in mourning. But I'm so thankful that I have a platform to talk and be me.
Amen.
Weird. Oh, you too spiritual. I was the one that, that's Louis Farrakhan. They used to call me the mini because I used to always do this. But I do so much, and I'm just watching my father because I know he's going to be well. He's taking it hard. So please say a little prayer for my father.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that too.
Thank you. Much love and Ashe. Ashe.
Okay, love you too. Ashe to you too, and thank you too. Steve, for stopping by, and I'm hoping we can get back together soon.
All right.
Did I lose her?
Love
okay,
you.
I guess she's out. Okay, bye now. Okay, well, we had a wonderful time, and I thank Steve and I thank Nicole, for giving us their wonderful blessings, the gems and the jewels, and we still got some people here viewing. Gail, how you doing? Gail has shown up. Marijuana community, how are you? Hey, Aziza. Hey, Vashti. Hey, Rain Doe. Hey, Alpha Omega. And I'm going to go back and read all of the comments and stuff. I know it's really late. I'm going to let everybody get ready to prepare for bed. Hey, Royalty Productions. Oh, gosh. Royalty Production says China ran out of bleach fast. Ooh, that ain't looking good, y'all. Is that something we need to be gathering up? Okay. Okay. Hey, Lady Al. Hey, Matthew. Matthew says some of the bunkers are in New Zealand. Okay. We got a lot going on up in here. I got to do a lot of reading. Hey, Miss Desire Independence. I had got chilling here, y'all. I got to turn the main unit on, the main system, because I like to keep it right at 65. But the system is not coming on, so I'm going to have to bump that up a little bit. Shit, I had to turn on my little heater in the room. I was getting cold. They got the machines running, y'all. Oh, boy, I tell you, that was a blessing to have them on. I learned so much from them. I cannot wait to go back and rewatch it. Crystal, I think I saw you in here too, Crystal. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna come back tomorrow if y'all want to, and it'll probably be a little earlier up in the daytime. I don't know. It'll probably be late again, late tonight. Not this late, but kind of late around 10 o'clock or something like that. I want us to come back and talk a little bit more and give some more people the platform. Okay, y'all. So anybody got any questions before I go? Anybody got any questions? It's 4 o'clock in the morning here, Central Standard Time. And I guess that's it. Thank y'all so much for coming out. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcasting. Any more questions? Okay, well, I'm out. Please rate and subscribe.